Hey everybody, what's going on? We're late. So says was it the Patriot that said it?
Mike.
Or Mike did. Anyway, sorry, Mike. I was waiting on that young lady with the blue hair that's talking to air. Yeah, that one. She can do what she wants. She's got full reign. What's going on? So let me we'll do a rundown here and then we'll get into whatever we're gonna get into. Who knows what we'll get into? We'll get into something. Right out of the chute, Jay Waters in 69. What's going on, kid? Good to see you. Prepping to endure, but I know it's P2E. How the hell are you, brother? Stalker Steve's, of course, in here with us. Don't tread on Dale. Nice. Hello, Dale.
Interesting.
Big dog of the leather kind. I don't know if you see when I wrote there, brother, but you got your Facebook messages as your link. Mike Oxmall. How are you? Frankie, good to see you, kid. How the hell are you? Stevie B. What's going on? It's the Patriot, everybody. Say hello to the Patriot. Nevada Desert Armament. How the hell are you? Phil, how the hell are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Miss Shalisa Shell. How are you, Miss Shalisa Shell? Why isn't she in here?
Hi, Shalisa.
Maybe she's tired. And I think I got everybody. Oh, everybody say hello to Ohio Wolverine and Gunpowder Beauty, who's joining us tonight. They didn't write in the thing, so you guys don't know who they are. But
what up?
See the little names on the bottom of the corners? Bottom left-hand corners of the screen?
Or the middle of my screen?
All right. Or the middle of... No, it's still on the bottom left, and in the middle.
Well, but my whole icon's right there.
Yeah. I got what you're saying.
All highfalutin and stuff.
I didn't send you a link.
Ooh,
Are you serious? That can't be true.
Ouch.
There's no way I didn't send her a link.
Who didn't get a link?
Shalisa. That's bullshit.
She was the first person to get a link on my chat, Mike.
What are you trying to get me in trouble?
Has a chat whenever he feels like it, stealing our girls. For Pete's sakes.
Well, stealing your girl. Mine's upstairs sleeping. The other one's next.
The official version. I got you.
Oh, are we doing official? I don't do official because then it's no fun. Gotta have some fun.
Right up.
Not right that Zombies Are Us was on my panel, so.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing any more of those, 422 fucking, what do you call it?
What?
What are you up to now? 422?
422.
What do you call them? Burner accounts, not burner accounts. What do you call them? Troll accounts.
What?
Nothing. Forget it.
Man, you're like I'll
talk to you off air about it. Anyway, I want to bring up something that we were discussing off air. Has anybody heard the news? We're going to do a little current events right here for a second. Has anybody other than me heard that there are now 2 people have come forward and said Katy Perry has sexually assaulted them? One is a male.
What is this world coming to?
So A, he's a religious guy, which is fine. I am not knocking anybody religious. Or B, he's gay, which again, I'm not knocking anybody gay. But I gotta tell you something. If he's not religious and heterosexual, okay, he's a fool. Because I would give my left arm for that girl to friggin' sexually harass me. And actually, it's only sexual harassment. It's not just like, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't make the willing.
That's funny.
I mean, I would just put my hands behind my head and go, you want to do what? Did you where in front of who? In front of the wife? No problem. Come here, sweetheart. You know what I mean? I could care less. It's Katy Perry.
No, that's wait. Let me get a camera moment because nobody's going to believe you.
The second one's a female. Apparently, Katy, allegedly, right? Allegedly, Katy Perry was hammered, and she tried to make sexual advances at another chick. That's all right. I'll be a sex offender title.
Okay, hold up. Okay. This really can't surprise anybody that Katy Perry kissed a girl because that was one of her hit songs.
That was the hit song that made her.
Yeah, she kissed a girl and she liked it. It shouldn't be a surprise.
Absolutely. I have cherry chapstick. Yeah, and it doesn't bother me. What guy doesn't want to see two girls kiss? I mean, really, unless you're gay or religious, right? What heterosexual normal guy doesn't want to see two girls make out? I mean, seriously. And it ain't just two girls. Let me tell you something, because I don't want to see, Tilla the Hun and fucking, what's her name? But Katy Perry and anybody sounds like a plan to me. Right. So has anybody else heard of this, or is it just me? Frankie says she's a frickin' Satanist, Mikey. Did I say that right?
Satanist,
Mikey.
Her parents are real religious.
Huh?
Her parents are like
wacko,
not religious.
Katie, have a seat, Mr. DeLucia. What are your intentions tonight? Before you answer, we have the transcript. Who the hell's Chris Hansen?
Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator.
Do you, excuse me, how many troll accounts do you own? I knew that name sounded familiar.
He's got his eye on you, man.
At least he spelled my name right. Capital L and all that, because I get pissy when you don't use the capital L.
Well, usually when they're getting ready to charge you with a crime, they make sure they get your name spelled right for the indictment.
Right. But so seriously, anybody else heard of this, or is it just me?
I think I heard a blip about the guy. I didn't hear anything about the girl, but I haven't looked either. So,
yeah, I mean, I've heard rumors and little clips on like TMC or something like that, or TMZ or whatever that channel is. But
I wouldn't worry about it. If she'll just walk up to the bench and run her fingernails down that judge's arm and just get away with anything.
And if I'm the judge, on her fucking, on her little fucking, what do you call it? Oh yeah, that's a day with no clothes under the robe there, you know what I mean? And it's just like, back to the chambers, kid. Come here. That's when you just pot in the hair in the middle. Pot in the hair in the middle, you know what I'm saying?
Steve, you could probably pretty much agree that the views expressed on the Quagmire are only the views expressed by Mike DeLucia. They're not the views expressed by Stalker Steve, Ohio Wolverine, or Gunpowder Beauty at this time.
Let me tell you something. Gunpowder Beauty's over there shaking her head like she's never got her hair potted in the middle. Knock it off.
And they call me the stalker. Come on.
Knock it off. Don't even pretend. Like you wouldn't, like if you weren't. Are you kidding me?
Mikey, you have to watch the video of her in her Elmo shirt on Sesame Street, like bouncing. It was like they had the.
Oh my God, I seen that.
Would
Frankie? He wasn't that young. Let's not make it sound like she was 14.
Didn't she have her hair in pigtails and stuff?
I think so.
Those are bicycle handles. That's just. You know what I mean? There's a YouTube. Frankie says there's a YouTube vid about the young boy she forced a kiss on.
I bet you it's that.
Yeah, but something about touching his junk too. How young is young though, Frankie?
Gunpowder inside chat if you have it.
Because if he's over 18, right? If he's over 18, no shit, right? Because then what ends up happening, right there, Ohio, it's one of these.
Once again, express opinions view.
Except for only the last that long.
DeLucia.
That is so flipping disturbing.
Except for only the last that long. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Done.
Done.
I win.
We have fun here on the Quagmire. It is an adult content chat, so
No shit about that.
hey,
I'm muted still.
the average age on this panel is fucking 50, for Christ's sake.
Uh-oh.
Actually, you know what? I really want to know what the average is. Everybody type their age in the internal.
Well, you guys already know my age. I don't have to type it.
What, 62? Was that what it was?
What do you want to slap them out?
What you gonna do? Drive all the way from?
Dude, I have relatives in Ohio.
You gonna drive from
No,
Massachusetts to Stan just to smack me in the mouth?
No, numbnuts. I have relatives out there. I'll just have them drive to you.
I'm 34. My hands are preoccupied sewing at the moment.
No, your age, hon, not your. Oh, you are 30. Okay, gotcha. New England fish, holy shit! New England fish, how the hell you been?
Holy crap, Frank's old like me. Sweet.
New England fish, I haven't seen you in a dog's age, brother. It's great to see you. I hope things are going well for you. Been subscribed with New England fish for forever and a week.
Cool.
19. Will you please?
Mike, what are you? 49?
Will you please 19?
It depends what role she's playing.
Times 2. I hope it's times 2 as Steve's robbing the cradle.
Hey, legal.
Hey, grass and infield, play ball. I will be 50. You want my real age or what I'm going to be shortly?
Just age now, 50.
I don't know. That's a lot of math.
I'm 51. Oh, right on. He called in New England Fish, called into work, called sick into work. Good. Dude, it's awesome to see you.
Okay, New England Fish, I'm subbing. Your thumbnails look pretty interesting.
Yeah, but Stevie, how do you go to channels now when you can't?
Same way.
No, you can't, because when you touch it, when you're running the chat, it says show. So, bang, now everybody sees him on the thing.
No, you got to bring up the outside chat like the old days in order to do it. Then it's the same way.
In order to do what? What are you doing?
Go to channel.
To go to channel.
Oh, yeah. Or make him a moderator or any of that shit.
I didn't know. I was just asking.
Yeah. High
Hi, Shalisa.
expectations.
Shalisa, what's happening on? So tell the truth. How old?
Me?
No, the girl's sitting beside you. Of course
She's
you.
42.
Huh?
41.
41.
I was off by a year. I was guessing 40.
That's your age? So what do we average, Stevie?
What's Stevie? What's Stevie's?
Stevie's 58.
9. I cannot tell a lie.
Actually, I'm like
Thunderstruck. Did he really do that?
Steve's 49.
Yeah, right.
Steve's way older than me. Good try. A for effort.
59, Mike.
Yeah, but she said 49.
I got called 40-something today at work.
Apparently the guy or girl was hammered.
Not at work.
Hey, Joe's Neon, how the hell are you? Vanessa Kitty. Meow. I always wanted to do that.
That's another channel. Jinxie.
Damn old. Yeah, we are. We're old. I am, anyway. I don't mind being old. Let me tell you something. If I was 14, 15 years old with the internet, I never would have left my fucking bedroom. So,
right?
Yeah, I never would have played sports, went outside, did any of those outdoor shit, and had fun. So
Yeah, that's why you got to open your kid's door when they yell out, "I'm playing a game, Dad."
yeah,
Here you are.
Save it for the shower, kid. Reaper Militia Outdoors. What's going on, Reaper?
What up, Reaper?
So you never told me the thing. What is our average age of the group?
You're supposed to be doing the math.
No, he was.
Well, how old's Ohio?
I think I blew the
47.
47?
Yeah, obviously I'm not doing something right.
So you got 47 and 51 is 98. Stevie's 50 what?
9.
7? 59.
9.
59.
So 58 and 59 is 127. Now add the girls.
35, 41, 76. No, 71.
Did I already add the girls?
So you say 41.
Me and you. Ohio. Me and you, right? You got 47. I'm 51. There's 98. Stevie is 50. What?
So 41, 50, 41, 51, or 41, 51, 47, 34, and 59, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a total of 232. Then what?
Divided by 5.
Divided by 5.
5 goes into 23 4 times with 3 left over. 5 goes into 32
It's
6 times.
what the fuck? There's no way this is right.
Yes, it is.
Okay, all those added up, divided by 5.
46. The average
still
age in here is
184.
46. Dude, the average age in here is 46 years old.
So
46
that means we can all buy beer.
Because me and Stevie are old, we bring it up. And you. So we take care of the 34-year-old over there. That's in the middle of me and Steve. Ha ha ha.
Stupid thing.
Oh, which way? This way? Yeah.
Yeah, backwards. One of these days, somebody's got to get somebody's hand off screen, and when somebody goes like that, they got to have the hand come in the screen. That'd be awesome. Right?
The average age is 46.4.
Hello.
Oh, right.
Holly.
It's 45.
Holly Baglio, how are you? Good to see
Hi,
you.
Holly.
Jay Watt.
Molly.
Jay Watt says you can see the smoke coming out of Mikey's ears. Right on, Jay Watt. Jay Watt, and by the way, I want you to know something. The first person I invited to my chat tonight was Dish Outdoors. Okay.
Should have let Vanessa do the math. She would have got you right down to the 1/100th of a decimal point, something, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I got it to 46.4. So
I said 46 point something. Do you not listen to me?
Hey, man. Hey, no, I don't.
Funny how you said that like 10 minutes ago.
Whatever.
You must have took Gazinta in school, huh?
I did that all in my head. You people.
You people.
Suddenness. You people and suddenness. All
You people.
you people.
That's racist.
I am.
You know what?
Listen to me.
Fuck you. I'm triggered.
I am not racist. I am racially insensitive.
Racially insensitive. Somebody got on my Facebook about something about my AR-15, and I went on a tangent on them. I said, "Well, listen here, honey." I said, "My AR-15 identifies as a musket." Oh, she was talking about how the Second Amendment was for muskets, not AR-15s. So I said, "My AR-15 identifies as a musket, and if you don't believe it, then you are a racist, homophobe, a xenophobe." And I just, every fucking thing I could possibly throw in that the left uses, I threw it in there.
Right.
And at the very end, called her a bigot. I said, "Good day."
He is, if I believe, I'm going to find that out in a minute. I have a silly question. Holly, you don't mean, when you mean Dr. Dave, you don't mean Dave, do you? Jay, what? She mean Dave from years ago chatting on Saturday mornings when, Mangos would have a chat and then leave for 8 hours and the rest of us just hang out and shoot the shit. Well, it's a private chat, so it's not like
Good old G.
Huh?
Right on, Vanessa.
That is so. I can't believe New England Fish is here. That's like I haven't seen him in like a dog's age.
Who is it?
The one that Jay Watts and I would talk to his Alexa in turn is.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, see, Jay Watt. Who Jay Watt? Who are you saying? Yep, that one. To me or you to Holly?
I think that Holly.
Okay.
That's funny. Turn his lights on and stuff in his house.
Yeah.
Alexa.
Oh, he's telling both of us. He's talking to both of us. So we're both right. Yeah. I remember, Dave. I talked to what's his name? I asked about him when I was with G Mangos about 3 weeks ago. I asked him how Dave was, and he said he's doing really well.
Hey, you guys remember my buddy Randy that came in and helped us try to figure out certain things on here?
Yes.
He's does computers, and he's really into that. Of course, you guys knew because he was talking to other people that when we sat here and going, you know what I mean?
I wasn't. You might have been.
Yeah, I was. But he set up his house. He showed me a video of his Alexa, and he's like, Alexa, intruder alert. And all the lights in his house turn red, and it starts pumping through the speakers some rap song about, oh, bitch, you're going to die now or something.
I will, Ollie. I will.
I was cracking up. I was like, man, I need an Alexa just so I could do that.
Ohio, you're in charge.
What am I in charge of?
What
am I in charge of? Wicked Pizza.
The boss is going to work.
My car?
Hey, you're going to be quiet? The boss is going to work. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Mike crapped himself again. We all know. We got. He's old. We got to let him do what he's got to do.
Sometimes it's more fun to sit on a shitter than be on Mikey D's chat.
Oh, that's a Wicked Pizza. Do I got to talk like this the whole time because I'm in charge?
But the thing is, he's such a jealous guy. He booted Gunpowder Beauty before he left.
Why do you do that? Now she can't get in.
Because he didn't want us talking to her.
Are you serious? He didn't do that, really.
Come on.
Come on.
You're a cop. Oh, your occupation. You've heard better stories than that.
Yeah, these aren't my pants.
Yeah, these aren't my pants. I borrowed them from a buddy. What's your buddy's name? I can't remember. He's just my cousin. That's too funny. You know what you guys ought to do? Just arrest him and put on there he stole a pair of pants.
Right. Oh man, those are. I don't know what. I couldn't even tell you what brand are, but
yeah,
like $400 pair of jeans.
Right. Say, great, buddy. The pants are worth more than the weed you got in them.
Right.
So it just went from a misdemeanor to a felony. That would be awesome.
Right. For some damn pants. I seen some pants it was on a news story, and they were talking about it on the radio a couple months ago, but they were like oil stained and ran into dirt and shit like that, and like pre-dirtied and oil stained pants are selling for like $1,000.
Jeez,
like, just fucking go buy you a pair and do some work in them, you know?
I could have been rich if I would have saved all my old pants from the day.
Right. I remember bleaching them, fading them out, you know?
I was
back when I was a kid.
We tried to keep them at store fresh blue as long as we could. I mean, they had so much dye in them from the store. If you got hot and sweaty that day, your legs would turn blue.
And your clothes, it would bleed into your clothes in the washing machine.
Yep.
No, you're supposed to actually wash your jeans inside out. It helps keep the color. That could be a myth, though. Who knows? I haven't really looked that one up.
Right.
I remember learning when I was younger.
We'd get those dark blue jeans, and first thing we would do is run them through the wash, try to fade them out a little bit.
I liked my work pants, my Dickies. I liked those really firm. Everyone would, you know, like, hey, if you run those to the wash, they'll soften up a little. I'm like, I don't know. I like them like that.
I remember like the first day of school, everybody had them dark blue jeans and they'd always be rolled up because they were always too long. Bright white tennis shoes.
Back in my day, if your jeans didn't cover your shoes, you were wearing floods.
Well, you know, moms would buy your jeans because you were still growing, so you're gonna grow into those. Well, I'm not buying more jeans, so they'd be like 6 inches too long, so you had to roll them up 2 or 3 times just so you
I
didn't.
sure wish my mom had done that. I grew up in high waters. Everything I got was too freaking small, gave me a wedgie. It was awful. I wish my mom would have bought me clothes that were too big.
Right.
I always liked getting the hand-me-downs from my cousin because he was older than me, and he had pretty cool taste. You know, he would like when the bag came over from my aunt's house, it was exciting to get hand-me-downs because it was like you're going to get like AC/DC T-shirts, Leonard Skinner T-shirts, you know, all the cool bands of the time, you know, stuff like that. You're going to get back in the day. Remember we used to have like T-shirt print shops in every mall where we had all those prints on the wall that you picked, and you picked what color T-shirt you wanted it on, and you said, give me number 37, and they would do it instantly right there. You know what I'm talking about? Like you see at the fairs and stuff sometimes.
Yep.
Those were like in every mall, and you'd always get like the shirt with like the Camaro on it or the Trans Am or shit like that. And like the baseball shirts, like they were white, but they had like different color, like the sleeves were solid black or green or blue, and they were like quarter sleeves. They just come down past your elbow a little bit.
Yep.
Remember those? With a pair of white painter's pants and a black unbreakable comb. Hell yeah.
You're talking about a generation and a half.
Leather all-star
after I graduated. Our big thing was lowrider bell bottoms.
Lowrider bell bottoms.
The first time around, not just recently when they came back around.
Got like, you know, over 10 years on me, so. But
the bigger the bells, the better. And them things, you better be frayed on the bottom from walking on them.
Yeah.
They had to be long.
I just remember like in the late 70s, early 80s, man, everybody wore those fucking white painter pants with that hoop on it, with the, you know, the hammer loop on the side.
Right.
Like 13 fucking pockets on them. You had to have that big, thick, unbreakable black comb with the big long handle on it because you feathered your hair right down the middle. Those were the days, man.
Put the keyboard down.
With the members only jacket or just a jean jacket. Jean jackets were popular back then.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Shalisa's comments. Nothing. You go read them for yourself.
I'm too tired. I put the keyboard down. I'm not going to touch it. I can't even spell, let alone read.
You've been drinking that cheap whiskey again, girl?
No. It's been a while.
I figured, you know, if somebody's trying to ruin your reputation, I'll help.
Yeah, it's that cheap Canadian.
Are you trying to say your nipples are sensitive or something?
Something about advice wearing underwear, your freaking nipples or something like that. And I'm thinking, sensitive nipples. I don't know where my mind went.
Hey, Pete NASCARs, what's up, brother?
He wrote hippies. She thought he wrote nipples. Hey, P NASCARs, what's up, buddy?
How's your nipples?
You don't just ask P NASCAR how his nipples were.
Right?
No,
Why did you get Gunpowder Beauty out?
Where did my sweetheart go?
you cooked her out when you left.
Yes.
I didn't kick her out.
You disappeared, she disappeared, and it's like, oh, fine. Here's
You weren't supposed to tell people. What did I tell you?
Yeah. You're not allowed to talk to her.
There she's back. See, Mike didn't want us to talk to you while he was gone, so he put you in the garage.
What it
No.
felt like.
I thought maybe it was the other way around. She's only here for Mike, so why,
He said, "Get your ass in the truck."
She's not supposed to.
He sat there and was leaving, and he's like, "Get in the truck. We're going." All right, all right.
Wear checkered painters hats in the 80s. No, I wasn't with Cheap Trick.
I used to have some checkered shoes, the Vans.
I did have.
Checkered shoes.
Yeah.
All right, who was an 80s kid? I mean 80s. Steve, you're not an 80s kid.
No, I raised 80 kids.
Right. Who was
I
the
was
80s
born
kid?
in the 80s.
You
Does
weren't
that
even
count?
born in the 80s. So Ohio, you're the closest thing to an 80s kid here. Actually,
Yeah.
didn't New England Fish say he was 51 years old too? We used to wear, when I was a kid, when I was like 14 or 15, 16, we used to wear hospital pants. And then
That didn't hit here. I'll tell you.
and then like these clown pants started coming out, like these psychedelic 60s print type. They weren't sweatpants, but they were
Zumba or
Zumba is a fucking exercise, ain't it?
well, no, there was something called Zumba pants or something like that. You get like Cincinnati Bengals, Patriots. Remember they had
Yes.
they were like
yes.
zebra. They were like zebra stripes, team colors.
And then they had stripes going down, shit like that.
Well, we wore jams too. They called them jams. They were like really long shorts. They were like tropical flowers and shit on them.
No, I wasn't a jams guy.
Michael Jackson pants.
I had a Michael Jackson leather coat with all the fucking zippers on it.
I bet you did.
Oh, Lord, save me.
I bet you did.
Yeah, I was like in the second grade.
I keep forgetting you're still younger than me, so you can get away with that.
Well, thank God you didn't go hang out with him.
How do you know? Maybe you did.
Yeah, you know how much that jacket would be worth if I still had it?
Definitely would have been a lot richer if you had hung out with him.
Yeah, I had the big tall shoes there, Frank. Holy crap, were they tall shoes.
Ooh, I had a pair of those too. Those were all.
Saturday night Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, you wore like the platform shoes?
Oh yeah, I did. Everybody did.
That's a big, were they clear with water in them with the goldfish swimming around?
No, that's what the hookers wore.
Excuse me, they were called ladies of the night.
Oh, whores?
Hookers, as you call them.
Platform shoes. Yep. I won't even tell you what we call the little pointed dress shoes we used to wear.
Well, Mike, me and you are closest to the age, so we're probably. Did you ever wear Garanimals when you were little?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Tough skin jeans.
Tough skins, yeah. As soon as you got them tough skins, the first thing you did was go out and run on
Rip
one
the
of your
fucking
hands
tag off.
fucking gravel to see if you can put holes underneath.
Yep. I missed the fucking 80s.
Me too.
Not me.
Yeah, the puffy hair, the fucking ripped jeans in every right spot the ripped jeans should be in.
Did you just say the P word hair?
The puffy hair.
Oh.
Pussy hair. Oh,
No, that wasn't even in the 80s.
That's what I heard. No
So-
more talking with food in your mouth.
That wasn't even in the 80s there, Shalisa. Just saying.
I have a feeling Shalisa will get a lot of Aquanet.
no.
Wait a minute,
I
how can you be
only let
40?
you
How old are you?
My hair one time.
How
No.
old are you? 41? Shalisa? You're Shalisa?
Sure.
I'm just asking. Yes or
Yeah.
no?
41.
I'm trying to figure out, because if you're an 80s kid, then how can you be? So 41, 12 would make you.
I was 13 before. No, I was 13, 14 when 1990 came around.
Right.
I was 5. Dang it.
I was in the earthquake.
You weren't, then you're not 41.
I'm 42. Fine. There it is.
You can't
You
backtrack
wonder
now.
how
It's out there.
1 extra year, you jerk.
No, that's not what I'm. Because if she was born in 9, if she's 42, right? That's 10
Had
years
my
younger
son
than
in
me.
94.
That means if she's 10 years younger than me, that means 1977. Okay, at 14 years old, that's 1991. The 80s were gone in 91, 92.
Do you think the 80s were gone in 92?
I think
Really?
so. Yeah. See, that's the problem with you fucking Northerners and you Southerners and you Midwest people. That shit left Boston like 90, 91.
So the 80s left Boston in 90, 91?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the 80s left here in 89.
There you go. Don't be a
Some people are still holding on to the 80s.
tube tops. I would never forget about a tube top New England fish. I saw one on an older woman today. She was probably had to be about, come out of beauty's age. But
Yeah, Preppy, and I think Tough Skins were from Sears.
no, but I saw a tube top on an older woman today, black and white, and it took me right back. I was like, wow.
Yeah, remember accidentally tripping and hooking a finger in there and pulling them down?
Yep.
I went to
an accident. I tripped.
I never wore track shoes. No.
I went to a Van Halen concert a few years ago, and it's sad that some of the people that were probably at the same people that were at the Van Halen concert 25 years ago were still trying to pull off the same outfits they wore 25 years ago.
Yeah.
This lady was like 60 years old wearing this cheetah print fucking bodysuit.
Yeah, but that sometimes it's old to do that though, because like Alan Jackson, he wore his ripped jeans ever since he came into country music, and he's 62 right now, I think. And
really,
yeah, every time he does a thing, like if he's out on tour or whatever, it's like a, what do you call it? It's like a Archie Bunker's chair. It's like
but I'm talking about the fans, not the actual artists.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying they do too.
Who's the band that does Talk Dirty to Me?
Poison.
Go to one of them concerts one time. You want to see some El Nastio.
Oh yeah.
All the nasty chicks in school they loved Poison.
Yep.
But what was the other one I missed? Anybody remember? Well, you guys might be too young for this. New England Fish, where'd you go? New England Fish. Remember the wooden clogs the girls used to wear? And no, not the Dutch girls either.
Oh, yeah. I remember those.
Remember the wooden clogs?
Yeah, you ever been hit with one?
Oh, yeah. Square in the nutsack.
I remember like when the penny loafers made a return. They were like, my mom was like, oh, we wore penny loafers when she was a kid or whatever.
Oh, they were pegging their pants again for a while.
Oh, yeah. Back in the 90s. Yeah.
Oh, man. When I moved back to California, oh, my God.
And then the long denim coats the girls used to wear.
I got schooled on how to peg my pants when I moved back to California for a while.
See, that was 90s, though, wasn't it? Pegging your pants. I never pegged my pants.
No, it was 89. It was when the Loma Prieta earthquake happened.
But in 89, I was 22 and on my way to being, you know what I mean?
Indestructible.
Heck, Mikey still wears his Uggs. I don't wear Uggs. What the hell's the matter with you? Faggots wear Uggs.
Yeah, watch the word.
Rich kids.
Oh, Frankie, great song. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in this one.
All right. I'm going to have to roll, guys. I'll be back in here in a minute.
All right, Mr. Hollywood. All right. What is Hollywood? So, Mikey DeLucia, what are you doing for your birthday? How old are you going to be again? Don't worry, you can tell me. Bet you I'm older. You're not older than me, sweetheart. Ain't no way in Christ you're older than me. Yeah, I those fucking wooden clogs or something. But they had the denim jean jackets. Went down to their like ankles. The girls did.
Oh,
Me, I just wore a flannel shirt with a t-shirt underneath it, a pair of waterproof, pair of jeans. I was good to go.
that's like gang member stuff now.
I don't know. Yeah, I know.
Was you a Crip or a Blood, brother?
Now it's. But yeah, but I wore a belt though. My pants weren't falling off me. Yeah, I told you you were way younger than me, Holly. Holly, I'll be 52, sweetheart. 52.
Party at Holly's house on
1967. Yes, I am 51. You want to see my driver's license? I know I don't look a day over 40, but what can I
She
tell you?
believes you, Mike. She was just being nice.
You're an asshole, Steve. I don't even like you anymore. If you throw somebody off your chat, they allowed to come back in after 24 hours like the old one.
I have no clue.
But that was a good song, though, Frankie. I love that song. I forget who sings it. That was a 70s tune, too, I think, or a 60s tune. That was a good song, though. I like that song. Anybody know who sings that song? Stevie, come on. Yes, you're old.
It's one of them one-hit wonder people.
Is it really?
Yeah. Matter of fact,
No, Rio Lobo. I bet it's Rio Lobo.
well,
Somebody Google it. Somebody Google. We had the lyric. We had Seasons in the Sun, and tell me who the Terry Jacks sang it.
That's not it.
Terry Jacks. He's saying.
That
Jay Watt
sounds
saying.
right.
So it's not Rio Lobo. All right.
One of them
Terry
one-hit wonders just got nailed for some kind of sex crime.
The Monster Mash guy. He's a one-hit wonder, right? The Monster Mash. No, seriously, he only had that's it. He's from Worcester, I think, too. Worcester, Mass.
Yep, got two Terry Jacks. Got to be true.
The Monster Mash from Worcester Mash.
No, that's that song from Halloween, though. Monster Mash, that one there. The guy was from Worcester.
It's a graveyard smash.
You got to quit putting songs in my head. I got to go to bed tonight.
Oh, we all do.
Oh, I hate that.
Except for New England Fish, he's usually at work and he called in sick today, so he spent his night with us. Isn't that a cool thing?
Very cool.
I've known.
Oh.
I've been subbed. We've been subbed to each other for ever in a week. That's my mother-in-law, Holly, 9:15. Have a good weekend, Guns Girl. I'm mad at her too. She'll come in. She'll sit in Steve's chat for fucking 4 hours. She comes in, says hi, and screws on mine.
Hey, it's just the way it happened, bro.
Anyways, what are you doing over there, Guns Girl? Cleaning a gun? I mean, Gunpowder Beauty. Cleaning a gun? What are you doing?
Oh, you just got the one-eyed stare.
I know.
That was
New England Fish called 1-800. I ain't coming in. That's fucking funny. But anywho, so Stevie.
Huh?
I'm thinking I gotta do. So you know how I wanna. You know how I gotta winter. I have to go winter camping this year. Or I'm gonna fucking drive myself shit back crazy, right?
Right.
The problem is those fucking tents are expensive. So I was thinking about asking you if you would do a GoFundMe for a tent.
I'll offer something up for a giveaway. Dude, I just bought a $30,000 tent.
No,
Don't tell me about no $400 or $500.
Yeah, but I have, dude, I got 3 little kids. I'm paying for fucking Catholic school. I'm fucking tapped.
Find the words, girl. Find the words. You're going to get me in trouble.
What's la 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 bullshit? What's that?
We could do a fake giveaway.
Yeah, we could do that.
The La 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 is to Jay Watt. He's trying to get more songs stuck in my head.
Oh. So what do you? I don't know. See, and so here's what I was thinking. You've obviously seen those videos, and I don't know if Shalisa's seen them, and Gunpowder, and anybody else out in the chat room here. Some of them are whatever material they are. They're not nylon. For argument's sake, because I forget the name of the material, I'm just going to say nylon. Okay. But then some of them are canvas. Now, some of the most expensive ones are like duck something canvas. So that's really expensive.
I'd say for just a jump out and do it weekend, get a good old cheap old nylon tent.
I can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
Because I'm not going to put a wood stove in a nylon tent. It's just not going to happen.
Reaper militia camped on a mountain in the middle of winter in a nylon tent with a wood stove, wearing flipping tennis shoes.
Really?
And survived.
Reaper, you still here?
For the weekend. What up?
Hey, what's going on there,
Frank says, "Go fund me. Go fuck yourself." Mostly.
Right.
Frank, I love you, man.
Frank's good people. So what I was thinking, right, was, but then I don't have obviously I don't have a industrial sized sewing machine, because I saw somebody do one. They made their own.
Dude, for the weekend, if you got you a good heavy piece of cloth, if you could find canvas cheap, you can sling it over a tight line and make a nice little, A-frame for the weekend.
No, I know that. But what I'm trying to
get a cover sheet down on the ground,
right,
to get you up off the snow. Hey, Mosin.
Hey, Mario, what's going on? Good to see you.
Hey, Mario.
So, but my thing is that I was thinking of using canvas, right? Because then I could treat it, right?
Right.
So it'll never mold and all that bullshit. Or leak. But my thing is that I don't want to do tent style with it. I want to do more like teepee style and make life easy. You know what I'm saying?
Teepee's a whole hell of a lot of canvas. Unless you do
but not. I'm not gonna, Steve. I'm not gonna do a 12 by 12 fucking teepee.
Yeah, but for a teepee to work correctly, it's supposed to be tall to draw the smoke out the top.
6 foot. That's all you need. I see them all doing it all the time, Stevie. And I had to put vents down the bottom, but I don't know how to do all this shit. Although I do know that you can use, for screening. You can just buy a screen at the and use that and then so that's fucker right in there.
You don't need a vent. All you got in between your sticks that are going up, your canvas is around the sticks. All you need to do is lift your canvas in between the sticks and stick a log under there, and that will vent. And then you put your second layer inside the poles so the air goes up behind you and makes a draw and takes the moisture out of the teepee. But you still stay warm because you got a double layer of the canvas.
Right. I just have to. I got to do it because I'm gonna go fucking out of my fucking skull if I don't.
Plus, people can't see through the canvas to pick you off at night when you're huddled over the fire.
Right.
Was another reason they doubled the walls.
Well, I'm sure I'll bring something with me. So.
And the ones that you don't have vented, I'm talking in between the sticks going up and down. The ones that you don't have vented, you could slide pine boughs down in there, and that would make great insulation. You'd probably be warm.
Yeah.
Warm as hell.
Yeah, I was just gonna put 2. So let's say you walk into the teepee, right? You look left on the side. It's not really a wall because it's a circle, but you look left. I was just gonna put an 8-inch, 8 to 10 inch by 3 inch high, cut out with screening in it, and then do the same straight on. Just for a draft, you know what I'm saying? And I just haven't decided whether I want the stovepipe to go through the side or through the top.
True teepee, you don't need a stovepipe. I
know that, Stevie, but guess what?
I'd put a 4-foot chunk on there to give it above your face, but other than that, it will naturally draft right out the top.
Yeah, I know.
That's the whole secret to a teepee.
I know that, but guess what?
Then run it straight up out the top.
Yeah.
Except for it's going to take more pipe.
Yeah, it'll probably take 2 4-footers, anyways.
Sorry, I heard porn music in my mind there for a minute.
Porn music? If I take 2. Well, no. Yeah, 2 4-footers because the stove would be. The pipe connection will probably be 2 feet off the ground. So then 4 feet gives you 6, and then another 4 feet up. Yeah, only these two 4-foot sections.
The more stovepipe you can keep in your tent, the more heat you will get out of the stove.
Right. Doing all right, Mario. Doing all right. Thanks. Hope all is well with yourself.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna have a quick cigarette.
Woo woo.
Watch
the skunks.
Stovepipe. Sorry, big dog leather kind.
Stovepipe.
But yes, stovepipe.
That's a semi-inside joke there, Mike.
I know. I was told about it, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I know. So because all the fucking ones I saw, right? The cheapest one I can get. Hey, HRM, what's going on, kid? Big dog leather. You're just out of your mind. The cheapest one I think I saw, Stevie, was like $4 or something. $5.
Wow. Was that a traditional tent?
Oh, the one I wanted. And then they have others. I mean, I can buy one out of, what's that site? I have it here. I think I have it under my bookmarks. Hang on a minute.
Where they make them for you?
No. Well, that was my next question. Would it be paying through my nose if I had somebody do it for me? There's a guy in Wakefield, Mass, that I actually deliver to, not as often as we used to, but I can just walk in and ask him, and and I can buy the stove, the what do you call it, for the pipe to go out.
Have you ever looked
stove jack.
Have you ever looked into used boat sales? Since you're by the ocean, kinda.
No, I never did.
Just think what kind of teepee you could make out of a couple of sails.
Yeah. Well, I had that one guy on Facebook.
I'm sure they're fire retardant.
I had one guy on Facebook. He had a nice old one. Nice old canvas tent. It was a regular tent, right? Not like an A-frame tent. You know the ones with the poles that they go over the tent like this? The older style, Steve?
Yeah.
They went like this, and then they had the two poles went this way, and then two poles in the back went that way.
Right.
Well, he didn't have any poles. I'm like, that's okay. I can PVC something together, you know? And then I went, and because he lived in Western Mass, and he was just selling the canvas tent. That's all he had. He was selling for like $45, but
wow. I don't think I'd go PVC with canvas. That's kind of heavy. At least
sorry, HRM, it's just a
center pole.
Huh?
At least for your center pole that holds up the heavy part of the tent, I don't think I'd go with PVC because canvas tends to run a little heavy.
No, that's not what I meant. I would use my center pole. I would have to either use a sapling tree or something. I would find something. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Matter of fact, I got some like inch and an eighth aluminum poles.
Yeah.
Why don't you drive over? I'll give them to you.
Like conduit. I can use conduit if I wanted to. I mean,
I used to use conduit for a lot of junk like that because it's they make it to be stiff.
Yep.
And if you need extra strength, you can take a piece of 3/4 conduit and slide a piece of 1 inch conduit right inside of it. I mean, 1/2 inch right inside of it.
Yep. And what I was thinking was stealing the bottom of a. You know how sometimes the umbrellas have these flat, they're like 6-inch round rings on like the beach umbrellas sometimes and the other ones, right?
Right.
And use that as my bottom, you know, for stability.
HRM gunpowder stepped out for a smoke, so. And I think Shalisa just bent over and fell on her noggin. Where'd you go?
She went out to have a cigarette, she said.
No, she came right back. Unless she was putting on shoes or something and went back.
She might have forgot her shoes.
I hate when it happens.
Right. But yeah, dude, if I don't do, I told my wife, I was listening to me, I don't care basketball, I don't care what the hell the sport's going on. I said, I'd like to do it a couple of times. I said, but I'll take once, but I'd like to do it at least 2 or 3 times this winter and then just go. You know, the thing I would most probably do is try it out in the field behind my house.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Fucking Johnny wants to make me a fucking stove. I'm like, no.
Which one?
Johnny Sola.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You already are hanging out with the cool kids, Holly.
The cool kids actually stayed in and smoked.
No, the cool kids had to go out back. Even when I was in school, we had to fucking congregate 8 of us, 10 of us, and fucking put one kid in the middle and have a smoke.
Yep.
So the teachers wouldn't see us. Of course, nobody knew this fucking big cloud of smoke that, you know.
Yeah, they never saw that.
Yeah, remember being able to smoke in school? I do. When I was in high school, we had
to step off the property because we didn't have a cool school. So
no, we didn't.
The next door neighbor got his front yard just
tepid.
It was all dirt. We wore it out. You know, that people that lived in that house never came out and yelled at us.
Holly, that sounds dirty. See you behind the church.
Right.
Yeah, that's where we smoked our weed. We smoked our cigarettes on the corner and went behind the church to smoke the.
Homemade ones.
Yeah, I actually just joined them most of the time. They liked me because I didn't want to share. No, go ahead. But it's interesting that you bring that up because just the other day I parked somewhere where there's a trail I forgot around the lake, and I got to reminisce as I walked by because it was across the street from the vocational, and that's where we used to run across the street, smoke weed on that rail. I thought that was kind of cool.
Wow, flashback.
Yeah.
Good night, Frankie. Yeah, no, we then it stopped my junior year. I went back to so the first 2 years of high school I went to the Vogue. And then that was in another town, the next town over from my house.
Right.
And then my junior and senior year, I went to my high school. When I got to my high school, my junior year, September, my junior year, that was the first year they stopped no more smoking. So we used to smoke. They were renovating our high school, so we used the building across the street, and I used to smoke while I was, crossing the street and all that shit. But the first day of fucking junior high, I was on the sidewalk having a butt. They used to call it the Adams Street wing because it was on Adams Street. And they used to call it the Adams Street wing. There was a side door. I'm out there having a butt. Some old guy shows up, got his hair all blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I said to this girl I'm smoking a cigarette with, I go, who the hell is this guy? Is this guy lost? No, you know who that guy was? He was the fucking brand new fucking principal of the school. He's like, come on in, kids. I'm like, come on in. And he said something, and I said, the front door's the other way. He said, I think I can make my way through the side door here. I said, okay, have a great day. He says, you too. We get down to the auditorium because, it was the first, second period or something. We had to do all the bullshit or whatever. So they got the juniors and seniors in the auditorium.
Right.
And I walk in the auditorium, and there he is talking to the teachers. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? So finally I asked one of my teachers, I go, who is that? Oh, that's the new principal. I'm like, wonderful.
They just started that relationship.
I was outside having a cigarette this morning, and he's friggin' right beside me. I didn't smoke in the auto body shop, but I did, however, smoke in the welding booth in the mechanical shop. I got caught, too, when I was at Shashi, when I was at the Vogue. I had my head out the window having a butt. First words out of my old man's mouth when they called him was it a cigarette or a joint? They go to cigarette. He goes, oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, welding was for me. I was welding my fucking finger to a fucking piece of metal.
It sounds like it might hurt.
No, I repeated the 8th grade, not the fucking 10th grade. No, you know what? It did, Stevie, right? Is that, of course, you got the big fucking leather gloves on, obviously, right? And all we were doing was making lines of beads, right? And we were going to get graded on them,
Yep.
And you remember the old fucking rods that like this long, fucking, and then you got to hold I used to call it the battery cable, the fucking world's largest roach clip, right? And you're like this, and it sucked because it's like you're way too far, and you couldn't hold the rod to steady yourself and do a nice one. You had to do it, and I'm like, so finally I said to myself, well, what if I pick up the fucking metal?
Ohio's in the garage.
I don't see him.
He just printed, let me in, Mikey.
He's not here, kid.
I don't, yeah.
Nope.
So I took Steve, so the metal's down like this, flat, right?
Yeah.
So I said, well, let me do it this way. And I flipped it up. And my thumb is like right where my thumb is right there. Can I do that? See where my thumb is right there?
Yep.
And I went, and Steve, not even a quarter of an inch. Not even a quarter of an inch. I missed my thumb by. I did hold the metal. But let me tell you something.
That would have stung a little.
stung is not the word for it. It came out of my hand faster than you can shake a stick at. I didn't realize it was like, you know, electricity.
Oh yeah, that.
And maybe that's what it was the electricity saying, hey, dummy, you better let go. But the kid I was with was like, I ain't holding it. You hold it. I'm like,
that was your first clue right there.
right? No, but I didn't know. I mean, I wasn't thinking. You know what I mean? I just, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I know the age. I didn't think either.
Yeah, I didn't connect the it actually, yeah, 220 hertz. 220 hertz like a bitch. But it actually just it didn't like, I don't want to say shock, because it wasn't like it was a fucking, you know, hair standing on end type fucking, you know what I mean? It wasn't nothing like that.
It just woke you up enough not to do it again.
It just, yeah, gave me a slap on the mouth. How's that?
Yeah, that could have been bad.
And a scary slap on the mouth too. Let's not, you know, I'm a kid. I'm like fucking, you know, whatever. So
110's like a boom.
So I go home. I'm telling my old man this, right? Oh, I know it burns. He says, "Let me in." You're not even here, you fucking tot. Oh yeah, I guess he is.
Oh, now you see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a delay on this.
Oh, now he's gone again.
Oh,
Does anybody else see him in the doghouse?
I don't.
can't see
You
the
can't.
doghouse.
I see me down there, but
Yeah,
I
we
see
can
the
only see
Fouriers.
ourselves.
I got the Fouriers. I don't see a fifth one. There he is. Device not connected. Ohio Wolverine says device not connected.
gotcha.
That's why you can't let you in.
Get connected already.
And technically, Mike, there's only 3 of us.
Jackass. Well, there's 4 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was fun.
But so yeah, so
Fucking look at your goddamn thing. I'm connected.
it said you weren't connected, you fucking dickhead.
Did he just yell at you kind of pissy like?
Yeah,
Fuck,
he's
well,
selling.
I've been backstage for 25 fucking minutes.
No, you haven't, you fucking dildo. You have not. So don't even fucking start.
Guys down the road.
Anytime I try to send a message or type in the chat to let you know I'm here, it like because I'm on my phone, it kicks me out of the fucking back room. It takes my ass from the back seat all the way to the back of the truck.
You know why? You know why?
And you almost got in a wreck.
It doesn't like fucking Ohioans.
Oh,
You're just running your fucking mouth, talking and talking. I was like, Jesus Christ, you know, kind of reminds me of when you tried to get in my chat other night.
What?
Other night when you were trying to get into my chat, you sent me a message saying, "Let me in, Dick."
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I was having a problem with my computer the other night. But yeah, so anyways, I went like that, Stevie, right? And let me tell you how fast it came.
kind of instant.
Bam. And the first thing I did was make sure I still had a thumb. Because that's what I thought I did. I actually thought I welded my fucking thumb.
And then you got to make sure the teacher wasn't looking.
Well, yeah, we're in a booth. He didn't see nothing. We had, we were in a regular booth, and there was no screen. We were in a booth. You know what I mean, with a door and the whole 9.
Right.
So, but yeah, scared the bejesus out of me.
You know, that's something I really want to learn. I have never welded.
Isn't that cool? The way
I've done a little torch work, but I've never stick welded or wire welded.
Yeah, I never stick. I mean, I only did it in high school, but we used to have to make these lines of beads, and I'd be like this. And I passed with flying colors, believe it or not, with the welding.
Good.
You know? The only thing I couldn't do was like, I kept breaking the glass. Like they teach us how to repair a window. You know, taking the window panes out. You And so the teacher had like, I don't know, 4 or 5 broken windows, 6 broken windows. And he wanted us to take it out the right way. You know what I mean? Use the screwdriver and, you know what I'm saying? Well, let me tell you. I'm like, this is taking way too long. So I just fucking took the fucking hammer. Took a screwdriver.
It's actually easier.
Huh?
It's actually easier when you break the glass.
Took a screwdriver, get all the fucking glass out of there. And then I had and once the glass was out, I made sure it was out because I took the screwdriver and then just went zip up one side, zip across, zip down, zip across. And then put the putty in. But the new glass pane was not working for me at all. At all. So auto dark helmets make all the difference in the welding nowadays.
Right.
Yeah, I wish I stuck with it. It was kind of cool.
I might one of these days. I might just get a wild hair and go buy one of the cheap Harbor Freight ones just to see if I
just to play with it.
Like it. Yeah.
Yep.
And then,
well, hey, since you're in the Michigan area, if we ever get these shipping containers, you can totally come over and start welding them together for me.
make your house.
Yeah.
You gonna make a house out of shipping containers? It's gonna be awfully hot.
You can make a bunker.
That's the new in thing.
Make a house out of a shipping container?
Do you know how cheap I can sit there and make a 4-bedroom house with 2.5 baths out of shipping containers compared to building a house?
Like 10 grand.
I've heard some people live in their storage containers. I'm gonna have to look that up. People be making houses with their shipping containers, huh?
Oh yeah.
Heck
You'd
yeah.
have to put AC in it because you would bake like a son of a bitch.
Well, you gotta, they insulate everything.
Huh?
They insulate them and everything and put a roof over it.
I get all that, but what I'm saying is that it's still fucking metal. I work in a metal building.
Right.
It's the same. Metal is metal is metal. I don't give a rat's fuck whether it's a storage shed or whatever. It's still metal. I work in a metal building. Let me tell you how fucking hot it is in there without AC.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
You know, it also cuts on your heating and cooling cost if you put them in the ground too, right?
I don't want to live in the ground.
Oh,
I'm not going to fucking be put in the ground the rest of my life. What the fuck do I want to live in the ground for?
And make sure you put them crossways in the ground, not up and down, because that's just hell building stairs for that.
Yeah, I don't. Although that would be some really tall ceilings.
Besides, there's bugs in the ground. I don't want to go in the ground.
Oh, there's an interesting video here. Shipping container houses. The ugly truth.
Oh, I saw that one earlier today. That dude is such a negative Nancy. He goes on every single thing. Building a home, manufactured home, mobile homes, trailer homes, shipping containers.
So he finds the negative in anything he fucking does.
Yeah, barns and everything else. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, dude, be a Debbie Downer, why don't you?
What are you sewing?
What?
What are you stitching?
I am tired of folding this freaking king size comforter. So I sewed it to where it can fit on a twin size bed. Now I'm sewing it in half again. So that way, when my kids decide they want to sleep with mom or, you know, whatever, I can just toss it on the floor and, hey, you've got your own little cot. Go to sleep. Leave me alone.
Oh, okay.
Prepping says, watch how deep you bury it because they can collapse. They can't take the...
You're going to live in the fucking ground.
like a baby.
Fucking groundhog?
Listen, if you're going to start calling me names, you better put pretty or skinny in front of it or I'm going to throat punch you.
I might like that. Listen to me.
What do you think you are, a skinny groundhog?
Are you gonna come out? Are you gonna come out and see how long it fucking winter? You know, like 6 more weeks of winter. No.
Gunpowder Beauty I think it was P2E left a link in there for a channel called Life Uncontained.
Ooh, awesome.
Yeah, channel called Life Uncontained.
Awesome. All right, hold on.
Husband and wife building their. Hey, it might be better than.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I subscribed to them earlier. That's awesome.
Are you hearing? Are you watching what prepping is writing? Only the four corners are structural on a fucking container. You're going to put it in the ground and you're going to crush you and your family.
Okay, I'm not putting it like 6 feet in the ground. It's just going to be a little bit in the ground. And then I'm going to have 2 or 3 on top of it.
Okay, but they're not structurally sound, just the corners.
She's been watching and learning about this today.
They built them up. They built them
Listen,
up.
okay, look, I am going to do this. It is going to be a great adventure.
I'll see you on Fox News. Woman kills fucking family.
You can stack them. They're made to be stacked.
Yeah,
She is stacked. I mean, the things are stacked.
they go on chips, stacked upon rows upon rows. So I think that they can handle having 7 or 8.
I got out of that one, Stevie.
Right?
They gotta be safer than a fucking mobile home.
That's what I was just thinking.
Exactly.
No, I love them. I like mobile homes.
Yeah, they just roll on the ground in a tornado. Just
Oh, I like the no, not that kind. The other one.
Tornado.
The like the double wides. The
Like a prefab
Mobile home.
modular.
almost like a prefab modular. Those things are fucking awesomeness. That's all I want for the woods. Give me that in the woods. I'm
Right.
happy.
I won't have to build my home. See this beautiful place? My landlord is going to practically give it to me.
all right. You made the offer and got the deal.
No, we haven't. I'm still waiting to hear back from her, but she made me quite an offer. I gotta talk her down because I gotta make sure I can afford the income tax or the house tax and the property, the homeowner's insurance. So
Cool. Homeowners.
she's practically giving this place to me. It'll be mine.
Yeah, they roll the homeowners insurance in with the fucking mortgage anyway, so they do it up this way anyways.
And if you get the same homeowners as your car,
It's
you
cheaper.
will get bigger discounts and all kinds of good shit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm already paying renter's insurance with my car. And it's pretty
Yeah, well then you're all set because your renter's insurance is probably the same or higher than the fucking house insurance. Well, I shouldn't say, but like when I insure when I insured my girlfriend's house, it was only $500 for the year.
From my understanding, I'm one of the few people in this state that actually pays renter's insurance.
I pay renter's insurance.
Right on. Good for you.
Yeah, when I was renting, my renter's insurance was like $8 a month.
That's cheap.
Right.
Ours is 13.
Mine's almost 30.
Ours is 13, so I can't really complain.
Yep. And you know, by the way, you know that comes under a lot of fucking things, you know. So like, i.e., if your landlord is a douche and he or she doesn't pay their bills, even though you are paying rent, and that person loses the house, your insurance will put you up. And then you just have to go after him or her for the rest of the money, but you won't be in the street.
Cool.
Yeah, even if I slip and hurt myself and can't make a work or something like that, it does something to do with that. But you still gotta do your flood insurance separately. That's federal or something, I think. The flood insurance.
Hey, Truth Freeze, what's up? Yeah, it all depends where you are, Truth Freeze. I mean, I'm in Boston, so it's, you know, I'm north of Boston, so it's a little bit cheaper than what they pay in the city of Boston. So, you know, not by much. It's not cheaper by, you know what I mean? It's not.
It'd be badass though if I get over there.
I don't know where you live, Truth Freeze, but
Western New York.
oh, because my taxes are a hell of a lot lower than that.
I forget what ours is based on. Give me the number. Hey, New England, what's our tax base structured on? Frankie already left. Fuck. What is the percentage of what? What is it? 4% or 5% of what your house is worth, or some bullshit like that?
I think my taxes are less than $2,000 a year.
Oh, you're a douche. If I bought the house that I was renting, right, a year ago, 2 years ago, my taxes would have been about fucking $5,000.
Woof.
That's nothing. That's cheap around here, kid.
Wow.
Southern New Hampshire, my cousin's paying like fucking almost $10,000 in fucking property taxes.
Bite me. And you can't have guns.
No, that's New Hampshire. You're not listening. That's New Hampshire. You can have guns in New Hampshire. But there's no sales tax in New Hampshire either. Okay, so everybody says, "Oh, there's no sales tax." Nice. Yeah, but they get it. They get their money. You're never going to make out on the end of that deal.
Oh, hell
They're
no.
always going to get their money.
Somewhere.
It's just like overseas, Sweden and Finland and Norway and all that, where they talk about, oh, it's, socialized medicine. You don't have to pay for anything. Yeah, but your income tax is 66%.
New England fish, that's not too bad.
$2,600 on a $230,000 home.
That's not awful.
That's about right, because she sold the house. Yeah. So if you pay, like my, what is the guy paying? I think he's paying $3,100. Because I believe, I'd have to look it up. I believe the median house price for my town, the median house price for my town is like $350 or $360.
Wow.
And that's cheap.
Wow. Couldn't do it unless they were paying me about $30 an hour.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to get off here. I'll holler at y'all later, okay?
Trying to get off too, but you won't
I
stay.
see Car point his finger at you until you get the hell off. You better do what he says, girl.
I have to, otherwise he's gonna spank me, and
Don't you?
well, I might just stay a little longer.
Don't you threaten me with a good video.
Exactly. I might just sit there and stay a little bit longer and see if he actually does it.
You are a naughty person.
Yeah, I never claimed to be a good one.
Okay. So let's see if I was right. This is for my town. Then I'll tell you what it is in my old town, the one I grew up in. So, Cricket home prices and values.
Shalisa, our
Okay, you ready? Stevie?
what?
I'm going to read it right from the horse's mouth. Median home value in Drake, Mass is $338,100.
Wow.
Drake home values have gone up 2.2% over the past year, and Zillow predicts that they will rise another 0.5%. The median list price per square foot, you guys know that's different, right? The median list price per square foot in Drake is $229, which is lower than Boston and Cambridge, Newton metro average of $299. The median price of homes currently listed in Drake is $342,400, while the median price of homes that sold is $317. So they're being talked down by about $18,000 or better. All right.
Wow.
Now,
They better be paying $35 an hour.
okay, you ready? Nearby cities. Billerica, Massachusetts, $412,900. Chelmsford, $405, $405,000. Wyndham, New Hampshire, $393,700. Methuen, next town over, $327. Hudson, New Hampshire, $278. In Lowell, Mass, $256.
Now, what's that average price of homes?
Yes.
300 something.
Yeah,
Around here,
No, that's
Those
median. That's the median. That's the median price.
Those same homes would be about 89,000 in Ohio.
yeah, around here, $300,000 would basically buy you a palace.
Yeah.
2-story brick home with about 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms.
Well, that's what this has. This has for sale. Like this is a 1 floor, right? It's 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1,344 square feet, 340 grand.
Yeah, that would be a $69,000 house over in this way direction.
Right, but you know what the issue is?
Comes with
This
free bulldozer.
Yeah, but you know what the issue is? Huh?
What?
Is that also out in Ohio, right? They're probably not making what we're making out here either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on, you have to give me like how much somebody makes as an average job.
Well, put it to you this way: I work part time at FedEx as a dock employee, and I make $20.21 an hour.
Yeah, or I think they're probably about 18 here for FedEx.
Okay, home prices and values, Wilmington, Mass. You ready? The town I grew up in, $514,000. The median home value is $514,000.
Wow.
Right.
So basically, Mikey, you could retire to Ohio and live like a fucking king. You know what I mean? For what you're used to live, for what your cost of living and what you pay for things up there, what you make. If you would move here, buy a piece of land here.
Yeah. We'll do property tax.
I wonder why so many people in California that are homeless don't migrate out this way, because it's kind of what I done. My mom,
Because
it's so much cheaper over here if you just come over here.
So, all right, who out there is good in math?
It's too late for math.
too late for me.
All right, you ready?
Good comeback.
The new residential property tax in the town that I grew up in. The new residential property tax rate is $13.75 on 1,000
Calculator.
of assessed value, down from 1441. Property values rose 9.6% in Wilmington this year. So it would be $13.75 times 500
$13.
for every 1,000.
$13.75
For every 1,000. So if you sell a house for 500,000, right?
I'm going to answer that question why they don't migrate, because I watched a show the other day about California and the homeless people living in fucking tent cities and shit, San Francisco. About 60% of them don't want to work and they don't want to live in a home. They like that lifestyle.
I understand the lifestyle. I understand that. I've watched some shows too.
Laziness. It's because they think they're free because they don't have to work or anything.
I understand those people. I'm talking about the other ones where everyone from China is coming in and buying up the houses and making it unaffordable to live in your neighborhood where you grew up and you want to raise your kids there.
Well, they are. They're migrating to like Colorado and Houston and Austin, and then they're bringing
Texas.
they're bringing their fucking liberal liberal ideas with them and changing red states into blue states because they leave California because of the high taxes, and then they move to Texas and end up going, hey, the taxes are a lot lower here. We should do more of this with our tax money, or we should raise taxes to pay for this.
Yeah.
And then Austin's liberal as hell. So's Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like I hear more about that, but I don't never hear about people actually trying to make it better and moving.
So
I knew a couple of homeless people that were actually snowboarding that would migrate back and forth every year.
That were actually what?
That used to migrate back and forth every year.
Yeah, but you said they were actually
snowbirds.
Snowbirds.
So here it is here, okay? The owner of the average home in Wilmington, not, lowest, the average home in Wilmington, Mass. The average home in Wilmington, Mass will pay $6,335.69 for their taxes. Okay.
That's sad. You got to pay taxes on something you paid for 30 years. You know what I mean?
Yep. But try not to and see what happens.
They'll use a gun and take it from you.
That's right.
All right, $6,000 in taxes. Now, if I lived in Western Mass, it would be about what New England Fish pays. Okay.
And you still couldn't own a fucking gun. So what's the point of living there?
Yeah, well,
What is our tax on products here, Shalisa? Is it 9 yet?
Sales tax?
Yeah, 6 or 9?
Still 6 cents. I just took it's still 6 cents. I took my son through the Taco Bell drive-thru and he got $2 items and it was, I think, $2.12.
Got you.
What? You guys got taxed on food at Taco Bell?
Yeah, the only food that's not taxed is refrigerated, shelf food, but anything that's made, cooked,
prepared. Yeah.
See, it's not like that here. It's like if we go to Taco Bell and you buy 3 99-cent tacos, it's 99-cent tacos. The only thing they tax you on is like the soda.
Yeah, if I go to get fried chicken at Meyer here, I have to pay. I can't get it with my food stamp card because it's taxed.
Right. Yeah, but Ohio, you got to pay to drive on some of your roads. We don't. Well, we pay in vehicle repairs, but
we have gas. We have gas tax at the pump. It's like 10% tax on gas, but we only have like one toll. That's the turnpike.
Our cigarette tax is pretty high.
It's like a 10 cent per gallon tax. That's how they pay for the roads and shit here. But yeah, you can't use like the EBT or stamp card or whatever. You can't use it on any prepared food here either. Now, you can go buy a frozen chicken.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, but you can't buy one of those rotisserie ones.
Apparently, I've been overpaid on my food stamp for the past 2 years, and they want me to pay back $1,300. They accidentally forgot to count in my son's income.
Oh, tell them to bite you.
Yeah. Yeah, if I buy this house, the next 4 years will be bologna sandwiches.
Yep.
And probably a year or two after that still, because I got to pay my family back for help with the deposit. Down payment, I mean.
That's cool.
I just need her to get back with me because we all agreed to meet somewhere. And it's crazy. I've lived in this house almost 5 years now. And I don't know if she's Asian, black, white, brown. I don't know. I've never met her. Well, it's crazy. I've been renting this house all this time, and I don't know who the lady looks like.
Right. Hey, Rich, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, where'd everybody go?
Mike's sleeping.
No, I'm not reading something.
Well, I got my eyes closed, and I hear Mike sleeping, so I figured it would just Steve Gunpowder Beauty in Ohio. That's right, Gunpowder Beauty left.
The cost of living in Chillicothe, Ohio is minus 37.4% lower than Boston, Mass. You would have to earn a salary of $37,557 a year to maintain your current standing of living. You're right, I'd live like a king.
Yeah, this block is so cheap to live because we're technically considered part of the bad neighborhood, but we live in this little secret corner that's like the best secret kept secret.
Right.
And everybody on my block owns the house next to them.
Nice.
And one guy actually owns 3 houses, and he's took all their backyards and made himself one big backyard, and he rents out the other 3, and all they get is their little tiny front yard. And he can actually got his driveway to go around all the houses. He's renting them all out.
Ohio had to leave. His phone overheated, Mike.
Yeah, I saw that. Gia, how are you, buddy? Richie, what's going on?
Hey, Garrett.
Richie, you got time? So yeah, I was just looking into it, and it's all what it is. It's all fucking regional, fucking just the way it is.
A friend of mine said that I live in a spot that's actually going to become commercialized. And because I was worried about buying this place and not being able to sell it because
it's commercial property. You're not commercially zoned.
No, it's not commercially zoned yet, but a friend of mine is saying that this spot that I'm at will eventually come out this way.
But you can also ask your town for special, like preferential treatment, like special an ordinance. So if you go to sell it, you can. It wouldn't be that bad for you. You know what I'm saying?
And some people get lucky, and the industrial community will actually buy your house top dollar.
Yeah, if they're gonna yeah, if they're gonna be one of her abutters, that would happen. You know. Like Bob Kraft did. Bob Kraft when Bob Kraft bought the Patriots, and they made the plans to make the stadium and everything look what it looks like today, which is you got to go online to really look at it. He's got a mall, and it's just beautiful there. Anyways, I forget the acreage that he had, but then he bought more. There used to be a trailer park adjacent to where the old stadium's property was, and he relocated each person. Not only did he relocate each person that owned a trailer in the trailer park, he relocated them in whatever they wanted. You want a trailer? I'll buy you a trailer. You want a house? I'll buy you a house. You want to live in fucking but he wanted to keep it in Massachusetts, so Massachusetts would get the taxes on it, right? Granted, it's a fucking, it's a fucking pebble in the fucking in the ocean compared to, because I don't even think it was 30 of them. It could have been more, but some people bought houses. Some people asked for mortgage because they were single and they were not elderly, but they were, a little bit older than me, Stevie's age. They didn't want a big house,
Mm-hmm.
So we bought a modular home. He did a lot. He seriously helped these people out, and then he took that land, he made it part of his whatever everything's got down there today,
Whoops.
All right, Richie. Good night, kid.
Yeah, I don't know if I should have said goodnight or not. He said he was getting ready to go to bed, but didn't say goodbye.
Hey, you say it, you get what you deserve.
But yeah, so because, and the reason I say when talking about the different pays and jobs and stuff, there was somebody here that was telling me, we were on a chat a few years back, and he was telling me that he had like 16 different licenses. Where is P2E still here? He was telling me he had 6 or 16 different licenses for welding. Different types of gases, different whatever. I didn't know there was that many.
Wow.
And he was saying, now I don't know how true it was, because he lived in the Midwest. He was saying that he was only making like $16 an hour with 28 years of experience. Okay. So what I tried to tell him is that if he has 28 years of experience and he's an experienced welder with all those certificates for the gases, this, that, and the other shit, right? Hey, Tommy, how are you? Okay. I said, I can tell you right now that you can move to New Hampshire, okay? Live in Mass like everybody else does. Live in New Hampshire and work in Mass like everybody else does, okay? So you can have your guns and all that, because he's a gun guy, okay? And I told him, without even exaggerating one iota, he will make more than double what he makes right now if he moved out here. He can walk on a job without an issue, without a bat, without batting an eyelash, and make $36 an hour without batting an eyelash.
You got the papers, you'll do it. Absolutely.
Hey, John.
Hey.
He's making $16 an hour somewhere in the Midwest of the country.
Lisa, did you get my email?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday. I've been busy. I need to check that out with the music.
I sent you that's the actual whole list of all the music, but I believe if you look below that, I think I found 16, which is the version of YouTube editor that you wanted. So I included that YouTube editor also in that email.
Yeah, when you told me that, I couldn't believe it, and I looked up YouTube editor, and I was like, holy shit, I did not know YouTube editor was back. It's definitely not like the old one.
Yep. I think the version you like is the one I sent you, though.
Hey, VBook001, what's up? So Preppin' to Endure says, because Preppin's in that field, okay? Preppin says he should be at $50 an hour plus if he's that papered up.
Yeah. Papered up is the big thing.
Okay. But he said he was. He said he had, like, I don't know. I thought he said 16. I didn't know there was 16 different fucking licenses you need to be a welder. But are you kidding me?
Well, they're not saying anything about your friend. I don't know from a rock or a hole in the wall. But if he doesn't have any issues, Okay, we all have our own issues. Occasionally, an issue can get in your way and cause you.
I understand. I understand that.
But if he doesn't have any issues and he's looking for the money, he's the prepping gentleman there is 100% right. I mean, what, Mikey, you know, where's the big ship factory?
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there in New Hampshire.
Gear grinding. If your cousin wants to make more than that, tell him to come to New Hampshire. Okay? Because his cousin makes $17 an hour welding at a boat factory.
Yeah, but the thing is, you ain't going to find no $50,000 houses there either.
In New Hampshire? Oh, yes, you will.
Yes, you will. North of
New Hampshire, yes, you will.
Look at me, Stephen. Look at a map. I'm not even being funny, Stephen. I'm being dead ball serious. Look at a map of New Hampshire. Find Concord, right?
That's right. It's not that far from me.
Go west of Concord, right? And then go north of Concord, and you will pay that with no problem.
I have
Southern New Hampshire near me sucks.
2 bathrooms in here. All right. There's 3 bedrooms on this floor. All right. I use this as a studio. Downstairs, I have a living room. I have an old smoking room that we turned into where we have our pellet stove because that's just one of the old rooms you can't use. Then I have the kitchen. Then I have another gigantic 20 by 40 that I'm turning into another like studio apartment. And then 2 20 by 40 basements below. And the garage and an acre of land, $80,000.
Nice.
So you see what I'm saying? And he's only like an hour and a half from me.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. Once you get up in this way, you can spend $500,000. You can spend $500,000 if you want to. There's always someone willing to take your money. But if you want to get up out of town, I mean, I'm in a town of, 3,000 on this edge, and on the other edge is like 6,000. So, and I think it's too big. But you want to get into an area like that, well, yeah, there's just not enough people that want to move there. You can get a house for
nice,
especially a fixer-upper, something that's not like dilapidated, but you need to do a little bit of roof work. It's not leaking, but you got to do a little roof work. You need to do some outside work to it and all that. Inside, you probably got to pull out a few old carpets and all that. But something like that, oh, you'll pick it up for $50,000 easy.
See, you just described the northern half of Michigan. The upper part of the mitten is like the same thing.
Yeah,
that's you know what I mean. It's like you go to northern Maine, okay, and they all live 30 miles away from wherever they work, but that 30 miles saved them thousands of dollars. Okay, because they're either working in Portland. They're either working in Portland or Auburn or Lewiston, okay? And they're living west because if you go east, you're going to hit the fucking water. Then you're going to pay out of your fucking nose.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay?
If you can see the water, now you need to give me $500,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So they go west, but they do. They go west. And like I said before, Stevie, right? You travel up 95 in the state of Maine, okay? You go left, which is northwest, west, whatever the hell you want to call it. You go anywhere left off 95.
You
go 3 miles off 95. You're in the fucking woods.
Right. Yeah, you're describing our north.
Now, what's good about that is if you get halfway up the state and make a left, then
you're in banjo country.
Now, but enticement becomes important. So now you start getting things like it's a middle of the road farmhouse, but it comes with 75 acres.
Right.
Right.
That's how they're enticing you. I mean, you got $200,000 to spend. I could oh my God.
Oh, and you go further to Holton.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Or just past Baxter State Park and Katahdin, right? You go further way up there, they're giving it away, Steve. Nice. I mean farmhouse, 100, 200 acres of land, 120 grand, 205,000.
Oh yeah.
And you're getting Stevie, it's amazing.
But see, now when you get up there, up that far, nobody wants to talk about the land and the farmhouse only. They're also looking for, now where's the outbuildings? Outbuildings equal money. I need outbuildings.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They want, because like when I go up, I went and looked at a few for when Rhett's getting ready to turn age. I want to head up north. But I mean, oh my God! I mean, I need buildings. I need pole barns. I need to have a nice barn. So I mean, if you want like a really nice barn, a couple of pole barns, your garage, standalone garage in the house, and 150 acres, you're gonna pay like $200,000. But that's a lot of bang for the buck.
Oh yeah.
Now you got to travel. If you don't own your own company, if you can't work from home or something, you're going to travel to go to work. You're going to work in Holton, however the fuck you put out.
Yeah.
All right.
I know a lot of guys, they'll move up north about 10 years before retirement. So the drive to work really isn't that bad. 10 years of driving 30 miles to work or 50 miles.
But see, that's standard for me. I don't know. I drove 26 miles one way to work for 12 years, and in traffic took me an hour and 5 minutes to get there.
Right.
And people up north where I am in New Hampshire, right, where my place is in New Hampshire, right, they bitch and moan that they have to go to Moltenboro or wherever that's 30 miles away. And I says, are you kidding me?
I used to drive 45 minutes to work.
Yeah. I said, you joking? I go, for God's sakes. I goes, first of all, there's no traffic. I said, so the only thing is your distance. I said, there is no way the state of New Hampshire, especially up that way, because the town, first of all, only has 3,000 people that live in it all year round. Okay. So there ain't no such thing as a traffic jam.
Right.
Okay. There isn't even a fucking light in the fucking town. They're all stop signs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You just described, here's Michigan. You just described from here the rest of the way up.
Oh, really?
Except for a few cities that are like real touristy.
But the
rent is way high.
But the funny thing is, Stevie, right? That's only 68 miles north of me right now.
Right. So you don't
know what I'm saying?
Packed up. Why?
Because I get the girl, like Johnny was saying earlier, why my buddy can't, why the gentleman I know from here with all the licensing up the wazoo to do welding is not out here welding, know. So my thing is that I started late in life, so I have two young kids. Well, I got my three kids. My son's 21,
right?
But I got two young daughters. I got a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old.
How they're enticing people in the north.
I can't pull them out of school and away from their friends. I can't do it. I don't have the heart to do that.
Right. How they're enticing people up north now is they're building really good colleges up there.
Oh yeah.
And it's getting people to move their families up there. Well, the kid can go to college there, and we can still be in the boondocks.
Yeah. And the thing about northern Maine, especially up where I was describing, up near Baxter State Park and stuff, yeah, it gets a little buggy, but not for the most part. If you have farmland, you know why? And Johnny will tell you, there was always a breeze, and I mean a breeze.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, but that kind of hurts. Come, late October when winter settles in.
Yeah, but remember, as long
you're trick-or-treating on snowmobiles, but what the hell?
Everybody whines and bitches about winter, but the truth of the matter is, I know, but the truth of the matter is if you just do it old school way, in other words, people like to call it prepping, and that. Okay, whatever. It's called getting ready for winter. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And people that complain don't get ready for winter. In other words, when spring comes, you begin. You get your garden in, get your stuff taken care of, and all that. And as that stuff's starting to happen, there is some free time there. That's also time when you go through your wooded area, clear out all the last year's fallen trees. Those get cut up, stacked out, ready to go. You start your stacking in spring.
Yep.
Get your log pile going. I mean, you're not cutting and splitting yet, but you're just getting your log pile going. You let it sit there all summer long, but you need to start loading that thing up. And then you've got, you got canning stuff to put up. You've got lots of stuff to freeze. You got dehydrating to do. You're getting ready for winter. The people that bitch about northern Maine, those are the people that are going to Fred's Variety.
Yes.
Well, Fred's going to screw you over as soon as you arrive at the Variety.
Fred's going to make you spend $6.10 on a gallon of fucking milk.
The people you see going, It's $4 for a green pepper. Yes.
Yes.
You didn't get ready for winter, you dumbass.
Exactly. And you know what? Supply and fucking demand. Fred will have no problem getting it.
That's right. Fred had that green pepper flown in from Shaw's yesterday.
You know? But yeah, that's why I mean it's so weird, you know. You know, it's like I told you before. Back in the late 90s, I could have went down to fucking Tampa and lived like a fucking drug lord. You know? But you know, it's what it is, but
what you're into. Well, I'm seriously thinking about cashing out and moving up there to northern Michigan, where all my family's at.
Yeah, I mean, and that was the other thing, you know, all my family's here. Well, not all of them, but like I got a sister in New York, in upstate New York. My sister that was in Vermont now lives in New Hampshire, and where I go, so that she's only 68 miles away. But you know, moving down, I could move to northern Maine though. I could do that. Let me tell you how fast I could do that. Yeah. I mean, I drive for a living, so if somebody says, Mike, it's going to be an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes for you to go to work, okay, what's the issue? You know what I mean? It's like
you get up, you get your coffee, and you go to work. That's basically that's what you do. You know, once you get to work, you're working. So I mean, I don't understand why people get all wound up for. Oh, I got to go that far. When you get to work, you're working.
Right.
So you have to work a little bit to get to it. That's all.
And I don't want a 5-minute, 10-minute, 15, 20-minute ride to work. Okay. You know why? Because if I have a bad fucking day, I want time to fucking cool the fuck down before I get home.
Right.
I called it scenarioizing. I gave it a name, scenarioizing. That's when I talk to the review mirror. We have arguments. We have our conversation. we get it all out right there.
Vent it out, baby.
People driving by going, what the hell is wrong with that?
But I begged my wife when my youngest daughter was probably 2 or 3, which made my oldest daughter 5. It was right after, well, I really shouldn't say that, but yeah, so yeah, that's how old they were. And right after the shit hit the fan down this way, and I wanted to move then, and before the girls got settled with friends and this, that, and the other thing and all that bullshit. And she says, well, what about Jonathan? And I goes, Jonathan's the type of person that, you know, you could put him in a box and ship him wherever you want, and when they open the box, he can go and talk to anybody he wants. He's not gonna say put the lid back on. You know, but I begged her. I wanted to go to fucking Maine so bad. And yeah, I didn't, no offense to Johnny, that's too far south for me. I wanted to go north.
Well, trust me, I'm not where I want to be.
And I have friends
I want to be
town over from you. You know, they're right on 202.
Quick opinion. I need some. Can
right
I?
Over by the, you know where the American Legion is over in what is the name of that?
Is that Lebanon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They live right around the corner from American Legion in Lebanon.
Yep, I know.
That's what, 20 minutes from you? 15 minutes from you?
Barely. Can you share? You can't share on this, can you?
Yeah, I can. I can screen share.
But I can't.
You can't?
How do I
scroll down to the bottom of the page, John? There's boxes and shit down there.
Yeah, see where it says mute your mic or stop your cam?
Yeah.
Settings. The next one over.
Share screen. Okay. I want to get your opinion and find out. Let's see. Sharing screen tips, blah, blah, blah.
I was talking about you earlier, Johnny.
Right on, Gear. That cracks me up, too. American Legion in Lebanon. Boy, that must be.
Right. Does that say rock and roll?
Lebanon. Oh, wait. I have to hit the button for it to share. Hang on.
Does that jet say rock and roll?
No.
It doesn't?
You mean a metaphor kind of thing, rock and
no, in other words, I have to build these jets because we're having the rock and roll show tomorrow, and I'm building the guys that are going to be on their own private jets.
Oh, got you. Yes.
And these are going to be, we're going to have these flying in.
I thought you meant literally printed on the side.
No. In other words, like I'm going to do the whole underside of it's going to have the, it's going to have a cloud system in it here. Let's see if I can actually do this.
Let me know when you want me to take you off screen share.
Oh, you might as well, because I'm going to be looking for a cloud.
Well, I know. My thing was, I don't know if people are going to be showing something that you shouldn't be. I mean, like, you know, your private shit. You know what I mean?
Oh no, this is the video computer. This one won't have any of that.
Yeah, don't accidentally click on photos.
No, I don't care about that. I don't even care about photos. I just care that he doesn't accidentally.
So I can't put the one of Mike in the G string up there. You mean?
Yeah, no, you can't. It's funny because we were talking about you. I was talking about you earlier. I was talking to Stevie, and Stevie and I were talking about TPs and tents and stuff, and how I have to go this winter. I'm going to go fucking crazy.
Why?
And because I got a winter camp, I'm going to go crazy. And I said, yeah, fucking Johnny Soul, I want to build me a fucking stove. I'm like, no, I'll buy one.
You can build it.
You should hear the guy. I don't have one. I can't. I don't have all that. I don't have all that shit here.
Just listen. The best stoves that were ever made, that I've ever even used before, were made out of just. I mean, you can do them. I've seen them done out of two kegs. I've seen them done out of 2 barrels. You know, the double barrels.
But you're not hearing me. I don't have all the tools that I need to do that here.
What? You're not hearing me. You can always show up here and go, hey, can we build this thing? I was like, yeah, sure.
Oh, that'd be a great video and fun project.
That'll cost me a lot of PBR.
I don't drink anymore.
Oh, you don't?
Nope.
Oh, that will cost me.
I quit drinking.
That'll cost me a lot of iced coffee.
Coffee. No, I don't drink. I don't drink ruined coffee. No. Coffee comes one way, hot.
No, iced.
No. That's wrecked coffee. That's coffee.
And an ice cream.
Pour it down the sink.
Ice cream. It comes in ice cream too.
Yeah, but see, that's also goofy coffee. I mean, coffee comes with there's no flavors. When you go out into nature, coffee comes in one flavor, coffee, and it's served hot.
You've been in Maine too long. You should come back to Mass.
No. Oh God. No. I did my time. I did my time in Mass.
You did your penance and your sentence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't count. You were North Shore.
Working.
It didn't even count. You were North Shore, right?
No, working in I worked in Lawrence, Mass.
Okay, that's the Merrimack, but you lived in the North Shore.
No, I never lived in Mass. I thought
you did.
No, I lived in Maine. I traveled to Mass.
Okay,
to go to work, and that's the best part because those two states fight. In Maine, they go, "Oh well, I'm still taxing you for everything." In Mass, goes, well, he came here, so he's got to pay us payroll tax too.
But your family business was here, though.
Oh, Beverly, Mass. Yeah, the originating of the family business was in Beverly, Mass. King Cole started in Beverly, Mass.
Okay, but that's my mistake. I thought you lived in Beverly.
No.
That's why
my grandmother and grandfather lived there. Then they moved here and brought the chip factories here. And then we bought Hayes Mansion in Hollis, Maine.
Yeah,
that is still there. It's a huge, gigantic, ridiculous thing. We had the big potato plantation there, and then we had the 2 plastic plants in Portland, and then we had little spots all the way up. He had these garages as long ago when you delivered stuff. Guys would do like you would have loved it, Mikey. This would be so fucking you too. You would have died on this job. There were garages that were built every so far, all the way up Maine, up all the way up to the end of Maine, and you would pull in your truck, and you would dump off what you're supposed to dump off, pick up what you're supposed to pick up, and you head north more. And then you just hopped all the way up there. And in this garage where you pull in, there's a shower, a little mini kitchen, and a bed. That's where you spent the night.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yep. These guys made the run all because I mean you can't go, you know this, back in the 50s and the 60s and 70s, there was no way to go all the way up north.
Nope.
You couldn't just do it. You had it took time.
It took some time.
Yeah.
95 stopped. 95 stopped and what? Fucking what do you call it back then?
It still does now. I mean, I tell people all the time, they go, how many hires are in Maine? You go, one. They go, well, it was no. It goes up 3/4 of the way, and it's done.
Yeah.
And there's no more highway.
The 95 connects to Route 1 up there, right?
It goes into Canada. It makes a hard right into Canada. Yeah, up by Is it Holton?
Holton.
Yeah, up by Holton.
Yep.
And then that's when you start getting to the famous roads. You go, the guy told me he lived on LT 113. You're like, yeah, that's Logging Trail 113.
Oh yeah, the map, Stevie. When I first started driving Maine, right? They wanted me to go up north, and I said no problem. And then they wanted me to meet somebody. I'm like, all right, just get me the map book for it, because you knew your GPS wasn't going to help you because you weren't going to get service up there. So I said, just get me a map book. And I'm reading the map book, and I'm like, TR 104, TR 102, TR 101. And I'm like, what the fuck is this TR bullshit? Yeah, those are towns that are, what the fuck was it?
Well,
they're not even towns, they're plantations.
Right.
And they don't have names, so they numbered them.
Right. That's how northern Michigan is too. 12 road, 14 road, 13 and a half road.
Yeah, but those are roads. I'm talking about the town itself.
Oh, got you.
The town itself is called TR 202.
Yeah, they count corners up here too. It's stupid. They go, what is that? That's 5 corners. They go, 5 corners. Yeah, 5 corners. You go, 5 roads. Yep, 5 corners. That's it. 5 corners right down the road there.
Like I just told somebody the other day up in New Hampshire last weekend. They were talking, and I go, oh, down at 4 corners? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, okay. Wow. So 4 corners is nearby. I says, yeah, it's right down the road. Well, how far away do you think it is? I goes, I don't know, probably 6 miles, 7 miles. And they're like, that's right down the road. I go,
well,
up here, yeah. I mean, it's, you know.
I was watching a hiking video from Smelling Roses, and he was walking over this train bridge, and he showed a picture of the city, the town that used to be right there, and what it looks like now. It's pretty cool.
Is he in Pennsylvania?
Smelling Roses?
Yeah.
Virginia.
That's right.
It's cool to see where a town used to be, and if you're lucky, you'd find the foundation.
Yeah, I'll tell you where a town. Well, I can tell you where 5 towns used to be in Massachusetts. Look at a map of Massachusetts, and look for what is the name of that reservoir?
Oh, they're underwater now?
Yes. They're underwater.
Oops.
All 5 towns.
Yeah, you gotta love that. You gotta love that crap.
The Quabbin, QUABNION or some bullshit like that. The Quabbin Reservoir in Massachusetts. They took, I think it's 4 or 5 towns, one or the other.
Wow, that's a lot.
Something to that effect. So if somebody's got faster fingers than me, they can Google it. But I thought it was 5. I could be wrong, but anyways, for the sake of argument, I'm going to say 5 towns. And they took 5 towns, they flooded them, which is now the reservoir.
For the greater good.
Yeah, for the greater good.
Yeah, you gotta love that stuff. Always for the greater good. Yeah. For the benefit of mankind, we destroyed nature. Damn.
Can you imagine being one of those towns nearby? Where are all these mice and rats coming from?
I know, right?
Oh boy, I'll bet you that's just one hell of a boy. You know, when that water starts coming in, them critters are they're going somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
going down. They were
They're
everything.
They're going to be going somewhere. Yeah, but you're going to have a swarm. You're going to have squirrels. You're going to have every crawling critter there is getting the hell out of there now because the treetops aren't safe. Everything.
Yes, Truth Freeze, Quagmire Reservoir. It's in central Massachusetts. If you look at a map of Massachusetts, there's a big body of water. That's the body of water.
Yeah, you're right about that, John. The treetop. Some might try to make it to the treetop, but
Yep.
You know, my thing is that, well, how did you get it all out of it? Like, did you like exactly the deer and all that were there?
They don't. Oh, they don't. They do, but they don't even take the houses down. They get the people out and they go. That's it.
And they just flood it.
They flood it. That's it. They don't do any of that. They don't do a damn thing to it. Nothing. So when I talk about the swarm of critters, is literally as the water. Now the water doesn't go like, here's a trickle, there's a lake. It takes some time. All right, they're going to be flooding this thing. But them critters.
As time went by, the deer got smart and moved away.
Well, of course they are.
The deer got smart and moved away.
Every critter will, but there's still going to be a swarm of. There's going to be a swarm of critters heading in one direction. When you figure all that surface area, like she was saying, every mouse, every mole, everything
may not make it, but some are going to.
Oh yeah, they're going to be getting the hell out of Dodge. So every one of those critters getting the hell out of Dodge is heading one direction. Can you imagine that swarm? Honey, I just saw the 39th opossum. What the hell's going on?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
man, why are the raccoons getting in my trash all of a sudden?
Yeah, they're stopping by the house for a snack, but it's like number 40.
And guys, this wasn't like 1700s, 1800s. This was like 1910 or 19 whatever.
Quagmire Reservoir History documentary. Cool. 57 minutes and 57 seconds. In the watch list it goes. Ooh, that looks good too.
Yeah.
I wish I had more time to watch this stuff.
They got some nice fucking fish there, I'll tell you that much.
Ooh, exploring abandoned sites.
Yep. But yeah, I found that rather interesting that they said to 4 towns, you know what? 5 towns, you know what? You're not living here no more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's happened to many. I mean, Kansas, there was one. You had Kansas City area. You had Taneycomo out in Branson, out in the Branson area. You had Bull Shoals. There's quite a few dams out there. And same thing. They just built the dam and said to hell with it. Everybody's gone. Flood that puppy.
Yep.
And they always claim they're going to make it's gonna be one of these fantastic power generation stations. It's going to save money, and every time that happens, you get the power generation station. I never have saved any money though.
Right.
Oh no, they're not going to cut into their profits.
Oh no. Everybody's going to do great. Everybody on your board of directors. Just the citizen doesn't get.
It's in Barry, Mass. It's Boston's municipal water supply. There's Richie.
Water supply.
I said Central Mass, Richie. I didn't know that it was in Barry. Another nice town in Massachusetts, by the way, Barry. That's out there. I like that town. My son hit a wrestling tournament down there. Richie, was it 4 towns or 5 towns they flooded out to make the res?
I was just imagining the animals talking to each other on the way up the hill. It was like, did you see an ark? No, I didn't see no goddamn ark. Didn't we go through this?
I remember my dad told me a story that I told him. There's supposed to be a boat. And I don't know what the hell all those guys are doing, but there's only 2 of us going to make this.
Right.
Yeah, Richie's on the assumption that same assumption I am that it was 5 towns they took. I want to say the youngest person alive back then just died. What, Richie? 10 years ago?
The hell was I?
12 years ago?
1910, they would have been pretty damn old.
Oh, it would have been. My grandmother passed a while back. She was born in 1913.
My grandma was born in 1913 too. My
They
grandpa
had
was,
some shit before airplanes.
my grandpa was born.
jet.
My grandfather was born in 1909, and he died in 98.
Yeah, they have. I think there's one old boy that's 108. I think it's 108 years old. Can you imagine that guy's? He's seen it all.
Wow.
At 108 years old, he's shaking the hands of people who were in the Civil War.
Yep.
He's watched it turn twice.
Yeah.
He remembers. I remember 1900. Yes. Oh yeah, I remember 2000. Yeah. I mean, this guy's seen it twice. He's watched the birth of every single technology there is. I mean, wow.
In 1988. I'm sorry. I had the pleasure of meeting a Civil War veteran. And did I say civil? I'm sorry. World War I veteran. And I asked him, he was playing pool. At the time, he was 96, I believe, or 95 or something like that. And I asked him, I said, how do you do it? He said, well, first of all, he says, after my wife died 60 years ago, he goes, I never remarried. He says, he says, I'd have my fun, but I never got married ever again. And then he said, here's how I do things. He says, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I have a shot of Irish Mist and a cigarette. He says, at noontime, I have a shot of Irish Mist and a cigarette. And when I go to bed, I have a shot of Irish Mist and a cigarette. He said, I've been doing that since I was 32 years old.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was playing pool at 98. I want to say 98 years old. He's playing pool with us. Yep. 98, 90, something like that. 99. I forget. Yeah, 98 and 99. To him and his grandson was part of the. No, he was almost going to be 100 because his grandson was planning his 100th birthday party. Something like that. Yeah, it's his 100th birthday party. Yeah.
Wow.
That would be a trip. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Playing pool with some young whippersnapper at about age 50.
No, back then I was
in his 70s or
no, I was in 88. I was only 21. It's just 20 or something. I hadn't turned 21 yet, I think.
My grandma had my dad in her 40s, and my grandpa, I think, was in his early 70s.
Oh.
Yeah, I had my youngest daughter and I are 39 years apart.
Wow. That's a hell of a run, Mike. I thought I was Tyler is
How old's Rhett?
Rhett's getting ready to turn 17.
Yeah, and you're older than me, right?
I'm 55.
All right, so you're 4 years older than me. So 13. So it's the same exact time, same exact thing. You had him when you were 39.
I thought you said your daughter was 31 years different than you.
39.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we're the same. You were 39 when you had Rhett.
Okie doke. Yeah, we don't wait. I was okay. For some reason I was thinking a different man.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Marty was 21 when I met her, and she had Kian already, and he was 2.
But my wife had 4. You know what I mean? She had 2.
Wow.
Boys.
That's a Carnation instant family right there.
She had the boys from a previous marriage. You know? Because they were little when I started dating her. Jonathan was only Jonathan was just graduating. He's still in kindergarten when I started dating his mother. You know, and Patrick Anthony was, how old was he? He was 10. But that was 15, 16 years ago, 17 years ago. You know what I mean?
I'm doing something wrong here. This is gonna
I
drive
think
me.
I was 34 when I had my youngest daughter.
My wife says to me, if you could do it over again, what would you do? I said, all my kids when I was 18.
Wow.
And
You'd
she's
have,
like,
had a rough time, but you'd have
she
been done.
goes, your 20s would have sucked. And I go, no, I drank heavily in my 20s. It wouldn't have sucked for me. It would have sucked for you. I said, but she says, why is that? I goes, okay, so if I had them all, if I had 4 kids from the, you know, let's say we had the 4 kids, right? And we started at 18 years of age and we got done at, 23 years of age, right? I go, I'm going to be 52. They'd be the youngest one would be 29. Gone. See ya.
Mike, Ohio's back in the basement.
Is he?
Yeah.
Fuck
He
him.
says he is.
He can eat a bag of dicks. Yeah, but if he does that, I can't screen share Johnny, can I?
Well, you have to screen
Oh,
share.
no, I think I can't. Nope. All right, now, Ohio, I clicked on you, bud. Let's try it again. There we go.
See a face somewhere way in the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always sitting in the dark.
Wonder what you're doing.
Yeah, see, Gia, my mom was 22 when she had me. She was right before her 23rd birthday when she had me, Gia. Oh, no, excuse me. Wait, she was 23, I believe. Let me see. No, I was born in 67. She was born in 43. But she hadn't turned... She hadn't turned 24 yet, so she was 23 when my mom was 23 with 3 kids.
That's just hard for a 23-year-old. That's just gonna be hard.
And then she lost her mom, and then 3 years later, at 26, she had 4 kids, and then at 29, she had 5 kids, and at 31, she had 6 kids.
Okay, I think that's what I did wrong.
It's like 28 kids.
No, that's 6 kids.
That's what I did wrong. Okay.
It's like a duck in front of 2 ducks, a duck behind 2 ducks, and a duck between 2 ducks.
Richie said Richie's got 2 boys, and he was 42 when his youngest graduated from high school.
See, like for me, this is pushing it for me because I'll be. Oh my God, this is his last year. I'll be 56 years old when he graduates from high school.
Yeah, that's me and my daughters.
Yeah. But I'm working with him. Like we took today off because he finished his 100th mile yesterday.
No way.
100 miles.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was him right there. 100 miles.
Sweet.
Wow.
We this summer I said he likes to sit on his computer. Like you can be on your computer and you can enjoy yourself, but Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock we're standing up and we're going that way.
Right.
And it's 3 miles. We go a mile and a half down and a mile and a half back. He gets a Slurpee. We do it Monday through Friday. So every week we knock off 15 miles. He just finished off his 100 miles.
That's cool.
Right on.
My mom was Richie. My mom was, let me see. How old was she when I graduated? I graduated. My mother was.
You would have been a graduate.
Same way, 22.
88 or what?
22. No, I graduated 85. Well, technically 86, but I should have graduated 85. But my oldest sister, my mom was 20. No, my mom was 40 when my oldest sister graduated. 40 or 39.
That's not. Yeah, that's getting there. I mean, I think I'm pretty old to have a kid graduating high school.
No, because my mother was, my oldest sister was born in 65. So she wasn't. And my mom hadn't turned, because my mom's birthday's in November, so my mother didn't turn. She didn't have her birthday until, 10 months later, 11 months later. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Okay, let's get this thing done right.
Folks, I got to get out of here. I got a big day of driving tomorrow. So
you're not chatting tomorrow night, I take it?
Nope. I got to head back up north to take care of all my deceased brother's business.
I didn't know you. What do I not look on Facebook or something?
I was going to ask you about your brother today.
Stevie, I didn't even know that you lost your brother, buddy. I'm very sorry.
Oh, it's all right, man. No, he passed Tuesday night.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow.
At least he's not suffering anymore.
Right. Quick and easy.
Kid Gryden, you an asshole? Kid Gryden says, my parents are old. They're 54.
I'm going to 12:30. I was going to jump off at 12:30 myself.
Gear's an ass.
Take care, Steve. Take care, everybody.
All right.
See ya.
Good night.
See you later.
Yeah.
Good night, Holly. And then there were 3.
I was actually surprised that you were still going, Mikey. You're usually done around one. Well, you usually got about one.
I go 1:30, 1:15 or so. It all depends. And Johnny came in, and when Gear came in, and I can't stand fucking leaving when Gear gets here because I feel like a jerk.
After that last comment, though, it probably won't bother you that much.
Not anymore. No.
Fingers crossed. Hope to God this works.
I came home from work and my oldest boy just got back from band camp, so
yep.
He's been at band camp, and I walk in, he is crashed in the couch. I mean, he is just done. I tried to wake him up to just say hi, and he just is like a corpse. I had to make sure he's breathing.
Now they go away for the week.
Yeah, they went to Slippery Rock University in Pennsylvania.
Yep. They used to go away up here, but then the football kids decided they would haze somebody, so nobody goes away. No hockey camp, no band camp, no band camp was up on Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire.
Well, then we have.
My wife went 4 years in a row. Well, she was drum major. My wife wasn't in a band.
My youngest son has a friend over that where we used to live. His parents, they came up to our area to go to a concert. Alice in Chains and Korn.
They're still alive?
Yeah, they're playing at Blossom Music Center, which is like a big amphitheater by us.
Yeah.
So they drove up to go to that concert. So they brought him over here to hang out with my youngest son because they were best friends where we used to live.
Yep.
And he's going to spend the night and having a birthday party. Having a birthday party for my youngest son tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
So they're gonna drive back up tomorrow. I was like, why didn't you guys just get a hotel?
Did you live in Ohio when you moved?
Yeah. We moved like 2.5 hours north.
Oh, so you were down south a little bit.
Yeah, I was near Columbus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I grew up in the Columbus area.
Happy birthday, Mini Ohio, Big Dog says. Good night, V-Borg. Good seeing you. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Hey, did you see those pellet guns I got from Walmart.
I didn't see the video yet, but I saw the what do you call it come across my phone, the picture, the thumbnail.
Yeah, well, you know Pistol Pete, right?
Sounds familiar, but go ahead.
He used to do the ammo and shit, and he finds all the good deals and stuff at Walmart, and he puts videos out.
Okay.
You know, during the ammo crunch when people were waiting in line at 7 o'clock in the morning, he was one of those guys.
Okay.
The ammo mafia.
You know? Yeah. And he finds all kinds of deals on Walmart shit, and then he goes and makes videos on it. And he came across these Boy Scout of America pellet rifles for $21.
No way.
And so I looked on my Walmart app, and I found them in a couple places for $44.93 is what the price was on them. And I was like, damn, that sucks. He got them down in Florida for $21. So I was like, that sucks. So I changed stores, and it was $44.93. Changed another store, $44.93. Then I changed to another Walmart, which is a little bit further away than the one that's closest to me. It's about another 4 miles, on the other side of town. And it said $21. I'm like, okay, let's head over there. So we went over there, and I got the last two. So one for each of my boys, since they're both in the Scouts.
There you go. Okay. I hope they stay with that too. That's fucking my stepfather was an Eagle Scout. I'll tell you what. It's easy. I think it's easier today than it was back in the day. But back in the day,
It was better back in the day.
we listened to too many people. I had too many voices I listened to. But I would have stayed. I quit. The year that I was eligible for the Boy Scouts is when I quit. I did my time with the Weeblos, and then I was going to be going to Boy Scouts, and I didn't join. And I often think about that because doing what they do and then going for the Eagle Scout and doing all that stuff is just fucking everything I do now. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And it's just,
It's like when I was in the militia, my wife used to call it the Man Scouts. She's going, you going out with your Man Scouts this weekend?
Man Scouts. Yeah.
Because that's basically what we did. Went and did FTXs,
Excuse me.
learn how to do different things, and
Yep.
Everybody would teach something. We had some military guys that was teaching everybody how to read topographical maps and compasses and all that. How to
6-digit grid squares and 8-digit grid squares.
Yeah. And then, you had guys that were like bushcrafter type guys that were big into like primitive fire starting and stuff like that. So,
Yep.
everybody had certain skills and stuff that they, we taught each other and stuff. It was, I really wouldn't even say it was a militia group. It had the name militia because it was called the Last Ohio Militia, and there's different states. Last Michigan Militia, Last Colorado, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was more, to be honest with you, it was more like a club, like a men's club, because they didn't allow women in it.
No problem with that.
And
most of the militia groups don't have women anyway.
And it was they really didn't focus on the whole militia of like training as far as maneuvers and stuff like you see on the videos and the news and stuff. It was more like a prepping,
Right.
like a prepping community,
Conservative living a democratic lifestyle. I love that name.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest names.
He says, anyone got any change? Any extra EBTs? I need some steaks and shrimps.
Steaks and scrimp. It's scrimps.
I saw a video a while back of a guy in California, and that's what he was doing. He got his whatever the heck the thing's called there. He said, oh, every month go down and get my lobster dinner. I'm like, you blow all your money on a lobster dinner. He's a surfer guy. He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. He's sitting there bragging to the camera that every month.
Speaking of cameras, I just looked at yours, and it says Mike still owes me $11.
$11.42. Don't forget the 42 cents.
What do I owe you $11.42 for?
I made it up.
Oh, good, because I thought I owed you $11.42. I'm like, did he make me? I said, did I ask him to get me something? Did I ask?
No, it's the perfect number because everybody falls for it, because why would you put the 42 cents?
Right.
Everybody says you owe me $5, but nobody says you owe me $11.42.
Exactly, and that's why I'm saying to myself, did I purchase something that I forgot about? Did I forget to give him? You know, I'm like,
no, it was just something to write.
I owed somebody, like, let's just say it was like $14.93. So I give them $15. They're like, well, let me get your change. I'm like, I don't want no damn change.
yeah, I'm not cheating.
You know, I just
I
take
don't
the
want.
15
I don't
bucks.
want to be owing you there, Ohio.
Well, it's just no. You just you
can't
use
spend
your
7 cents on
vehicle.
anything today, so you might as well just keep it.
But if you're picking something up for me, or while you're out, pick this up. Well, you're out there driving around, so I really don't care. Here, take. If I give you 20, just take it and keep it.
I've always been a person who gets pissed off. Literally, if Mike said, "Give me a coffee," he's over here visiting, and I'm getting ready to take Rhett down to get a slip. He said, "Hey, grab me a coffee, will you?" Okay, I get a coffee. I don't want him to give me money for a coffee, but I've also been the person on the other end going, "Did you just fucking reach your hand out to get money for a coffee from me?" The person who comes back to go, "Hey, I got your coffee." Yeah, that's $5. Like, your fucking coffee.
But see, that's funny because I would reach in my wallet and say, "Here," but I would probably say, "Here, get yourself one while you get me one."
See, I would just get the coffee. If I'm going and I ask somebody for a reason.
Right.
I don't know. That's what my grandmother taught me that when I was a kid. She's like, if you're gonna go and you're gonna say something, then you're taking care of that, right? She said, when you spin around and go, "You need anything?" You're taking care of that, right? She goes, because she always she lived through the Depression, so she always felt that if you weren't planning on taking care of that, you've put somebody in an embarrassing situation. You've now made them feel like, well, I can't afford something.
Weren't those the best kind of people?
Yeah, my grandmother taught me that.
They went through the worst shit, right?
Yeah.
They go through that Depression, but weren't they the smartest? If you think about it, they were the smartest, nicest people I've known, because their thought process, and it had to be different,
Absolutely.
I mean, I've said before on here, my grandmother was a prepper, and they were like, "Your grandmother was a prepper." They didn't have prepping back then. Let me explain something. They had prepping back then, because I'm going to tell you why. Because my grandmother lived through the Depression.
It was called living back then, not prepping. It was just living.
Also getting ready for.
She lived. Well, no, what it was is that she lived through the Depression and vowed to herself and to her husband and to her family that she will never stand in fucking line again. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And so she does what my wife does. She went grocery shopping. She'd buy an extra can or 2 extra cans of this, an extra box of the rice, an extra this and that, an extra that, an extra this, an extra that.
Absolutely.
When she died, the food that was in her fucking basement, and I'm not even exaggerating, could have started a small store.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt a bit. I mean, my grandmother taught me, she was like, they've got you believing the foolishness. So I'm going to teach you not to believe. You can decide if you want to do foolishness, but you don't need to believe it. Yep. She taught me right away. She goes, loaves of bread don't cost that much. Doesn't cost that much for a loaf of bread. She showed me a quick bread. She's like, it costs pennies. That's what a loaf of bread costs. She goes, when I was younger, a fresh loaf was on every friggin' table. She goes, every time you made a meal, you made a fresh loaf. And she would take all the old stuff, and that's what she used to make a stuffing, or she used to make all those recipes that say stale bread. That was French toast. I didn't know that. I knew that when I was young. I just said I didn't. I knew that when I was younger that you didn't make. My grandma always taught me you don't make, or you can't make French toast out of bread from the store. You can't. It doesn't work. Even to this very day, I'll take out 5, 6 slices of bread if I'm going to use that, and I set it on the counter overnight. so that it dries, because it won't suck up. It won't suck up the stuff if it's all wet. You have to literally dry it out. She taught me all kinds of stuff. And that woman, that was a smart girl.
Yeah, no, and their thought process was just so much. Like they would have, and there was more sense of community back then because every person was in the exact same fucking spot.
What did I tell you? My grandfather told me. What do you
we
do?
have our 1%ers today, but back then it was like fucking.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was fucking broke.
My grandfather said, "Get up in the morning while the coffee's going. You sweep off your front steps. That's what a neighbor does." Yep. I never understood it at first, but what ended up happening, if everybody's sweeping their front steps, you're taking care of your front walkway. Oh, there's Joe. There's Mikey. Hey, Mike. That's what it was all about. Everybody came out. They actually swept their front steps.
Yep.
People did that.
No, but it was just yeah, and they shoveled their snow. It's just they had birthday parties together. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Like if little Susie across the street, her birthday was in April, and little Mikey's birthday was the 1st of May. They did them together.
Yeah, and as a kid, you had to pay penance to the neighborhood. I remember this. They'd always say, "You don't charge Mrs. Olsen. You don't charge her for doing her driveway.
Right.
You go do her driveway first.
Yep.
You don't take him." They would my grandma was adamant about that.
My father get mad at me because I went and did somebody else's driveway before I did my own. And he's like, "What, are you out of your mind?" And he goes, "And by the way," I go, "Well, Mrs. Goodwin gave me $5 and this one gave me." He goes, "We're not here to get paid. We're here to help people." And he goes, "If they want to give you hot chocolate, that's one thing. If they want to bring you inside and let you watch a cartoon or two and warm up a little bit, that's fine too." And back in the day, you can do that. Back in the day when your neighbor says, "Mikey, Billy, whatever.
Oh yeah,
come in, take your snowsuit off, take your hat off, take your gloves off. I'll go warm them up over here. Watch TV. What do you want to watch? You want to watch cartoons? You want to watch Batman?" And they'd put their TV on, Batman or whatever, and you can do that. Yeah. Now,
my mother would get up. My mother get a call. "I've got him over here."
Yep.
I'm
absolutely.
I'm 2 streets over.
Well, you know what? I mean, before I moved where I used to live, it was out in the country, but we had some neighbors that were kind of close, across the street and stuff, and then a couple houses down. And in the wintertime, one of the guys had an ATV and it had a plow on it. And he went around and he plowed everybody's driveway for snow.
Yep.
And I had a commercial grade Toro lawnmower, 0 turn, and I would hit a couple of the yards people, because a couple guys still, wasn't big yards, big enough to a push mower would wear your ass out, but that's what they were doing. They were push mowing it, so I could hit it with the 0 turn in about 15 minutes and be done. So I would just hit their yards, and it was like payback for shoveling my driveway, for plowing my driveway.
Yep, that's how we did. That's how we did on my street when I grew up. I lived on a dead end street. Everybody knew everybody, and that's how it was. And I can remember being away with the kid that usually plowed because my brothers they shovel the stairs and they were doing something because the kid across the street plowed it for him. Okay, and him and I went away, and me and the kid across the street, and we came back, and his wife says, and she says, "What's the matter?" And he says, "The boys gonna come across the street and shovel you out?" And she said, "No, I did it." And that was all he needed to hear. And he came right over, and they were eating dinner, and he whispered in my mother's ear. He says, "Hey, listen, I'm just gonna break the boys' balls for a minute here." And she's like, "Go ahead, I already heard." And he leaned into my fucking younger brothers. "I'm over here plowing, so you guys don't have to plow. All you do is shovel up your stairs." He says, "And you can't shovel up my wife." And he broke their fucking balls. And that was the only time that ever happened. You know what I'm saying? But I do. I'm sorry. Look, I like the times that we're in now. We get the internet. We get all this. We can meet new people. Look, I like all that. I'm gonna tell you, I miss the old days. I really do.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
I miss the days that, as a kid, you can go to your neighbors, or I had to be in when the street lights came on. I had parameters. I couldn't leave the town without asking.
Do you remember the days of like families,
Yeah,
like getting together, like
Sunday dinner?
Not Sunday dinner, but a lot of times we did like Saturday night or Friday night. You know, all the parents, you know, aunts and uncles would come over, and they would like
play cards.
They'd sit at the kitchen table and play cards, and all the kids would go down to the basement and play or whatever. You know,
right? And now you can't do that because
nobody wants to.
My wife is like me in a sense, and she is saddened that there is no more Sunday dinner, you know. And we were talking about it one day, and I said, "Well, a lot of things are attributed to that." I go, first and foremost is in Massachusetts when the blue law hit and they allowed the stores to be open. I said that opened up jobs and everything else. And then as we got older, and then there was no more, you know, one parent working bullshit and both parents had to work. I go, up this way anyways, it seemed as if a lot of women would work retail. It being a jewelry counter, it being whatever, okay. Those stores are open on Sunday. You know what I mean?
That was both a strange. It was good and bad. It was good and.
It's good for the economy, good for the owner of the store, but it's bad that.
No. What I mean is the Sunday blue laws were good. I mean, and the whole thing was because what it was. I remember when I was a kid, and I'd ask my dad, "Well, let's go do it." Can't do that. Why? Sunday blue law. And I'm like, "What do you mean? We're not allowed to do anything that." And now he would say it like this, and
today arrest.
No. He would say, "We're not allowed to do anything the Roman Catholics say we can't do." And I go, "What?" Because we were Adventists.
Yeah.
I'd say, well, what does it mean by, okay, the Catholics are in charge, he would say, and they say you're not allowed to do it. And they got the government to say that it's against the law. If they can do it on your day, but you can't do it on there. I remember I was a young kid going, what the hell is that supposed to mean? And I mean, because a young kid, I get tossed into this religion all of a sudden, and then it's like, you know, they practice Friday sunset to Saturday sunset,
right?
And the Catholics are Sunday.
Sundays.
But I was always under the understanding that there was no, you know, you couldn't force anybody to do your religion. That was wrong. But when I was growing up, it was the way it was. So it had its positive.
Everything closed at 6 p.m. on Saturday, and everything was closed on Sunday.
And except for New Hampshire, everything was open. So when they opened up liquor stores here in Massachusetts on Sunday, my hometown, you had to be X amount of miles away from Boston. So in my area, my hometown was that fucking line, was the closest. So you had people coming from Chelsea and Everett, and Boston, and fucking, you know, Somerville, just to buy beer.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it so that cut into, you know, family time on Sunday.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and also the old. That was back when the you remember now. When I say this, a lot of people are going to be like, "What?" But barbecuing was really becoming big then. Yes, it was big in other places, but I mean, out here it was a big thing. Remember, it wasn't a big barbecue. You had the little. It was a hibachi. You always had the
hibachi with the fucking 3 pegs on it. He took the little, yeah.
Your grandfather's gonna fire up the hibachi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put something on it, and yeah, and that was we had the eyeball, the Weber eyeball one there, the round tub, and the hibachi. I think that's all. I don't even think there was anything else in barbecue then. All right, I finally think I might have fixed this. This is fucking hard, man. Okay, let's make it a parallel light, 100%. Yes, shout outs. Okay.
But I miss it. It's one of the reasons why the jobs I have, I refuse to work Saturday and Sunday. I just won't do it. I work enough hours Monday through Friday. Fuck off. I ain't working Saturday or Sunday. I told my boss of my new job, well, we're going to have inventory. I hope you have it on a Friday. I said, because I ain't fucking coming in here on a Saturday, you know?
Well, they don't really need you, do they? What do they need? I mean, you're not doing retail.
No, but we still have to do inventory and all the fucking ink and everything.
Right, but I'm just saying that
for the screen print. So it takes 3 hours for them to do inventory in our building.
Oh crap, that's nothing.
It's a day, a little bit better than a day down in Connecticut.
I mean, I used to do depots. You'd have over 200 people prepping for a month.
That was my father's job at Home Depot. He was inventory. Where
was your father? Where was your father at Home Depot?
Tewksbury.
Tewksbury.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was Stevie's place. That was Steve. Steve. Oh God, what was he there? 90s.
Yep.
Late 90s.
No, was it the 90s or was it two?
I was there. I was with like Felicia Gant was.
What are we? We're in 19, right? So yeah. 13. Was he at home?
I left there.
He was at Home Depot when my son passed. So it was the 2000s.
I was there in 2003. I left Home Depot in 2003 and took over at Men's Warehouse in 2004. So it would have been he would have known Felicia Gant. She would have been
2006 or 7, one or the other.
No, Felicia might.
But when he started there, though, he started like in 2003 or something like that.
Okay, he was only there for I left in 2003. We had Steve, who was a regional, Felicia Gant, who was a regional. I was a store manager. I had worked in South Portland, Ellsworth, Portland store, South Portland 2, Biddeford. I had done 3 different stores in New Hampshire, and then I did some running about work in Massachusetts. I did. I was what they call a SPI ops, service performance increase manager. I come in, they send me to your store. I take your night crew and make them actually work and do the freaking job.
Right.
Get your inventory management crew in order and make sure they're.
My father used to work 4 in the morning until noon.
Oh yeah, he was part of the overnight crew. He would have been involved with inventory management. See, he pushed a little cart around and he did all the order. Yeah, I ran all those guys all over Maine.
Yep.
So the manager that ran those places, I trained those managers. Is what I did.
Well, I stopped at Lowe's one time after I got off work, and I had a blue polo shirt on. And I had like 3 people ask me where shit was, so I just told them it was at the other end of the store. and then it became a game to do it all the time.
I will tell you what's funny when I go to Home Depot. Because you would think, and it's only because I'm in the same, well, not the same business, but you hear a beep on a machine, you move. Okay. Or you turn your head to see where the beeping's coming from to make sure you're not in the fucking way.
Oh, not not people just walking around shopping. No way. They just don't give a fuck because whatever they're doing is more important than what.
I get a kick out of the fucking flagger.
Well, I was there for all of that beginning.
I'm like, he's fucking landing the plane. He's landing the plane.
You know what that started from? That started from a horrible story to a terrible thing. There's a thing called the order picker. Okay.
Yeah.
And what that is that's a machine that has a pallet on the back.
No, I know. It's a cherry
the order picker. The order picker has a light on the bottom of it. Okay. And it turns. Right. And what happened was there was a young girl who got up underneath it. She got mesmerized under the light. And a whole pallet of tile was coming down. And yes, bad things happened. That's what started the whole, from now on, nobody moves without people walking around them. It's literally because I've seen so many, I mean, bringing in that 20-foot lumber, it has to come in that door. And we got the great big lift going. You got two people in front of it. And here comes Billy, freaking Billy needs a can of spray paint. And you're right there, and he sees you, and you've blocked it. You've stopped him. You've everything. Just gotta grab this real fast, and he'll actually turn and get his head between. Now, what's the back? You know, I was on the back of a forklift. It is a giant steel weight.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he'll put his head. I saw a guy
drive one every day
between the steel weight and the freaking racking. They
only weigh like $7 grand.
Yeah. And then what's it going to do? Crack you open like a freaking pumpkin. I mean, and they don't care. They'll walk right in front of it. I've watched them underneath the lumber, and I've screamed at people. Went, I'm sorry to scream, but you just decided that you were going to die for that bag of rags.
Kid at FedEx lost his leg because he was standing in between two forklifts with two guys on the forklifts. One guy left, swung the forklift.
Yeah, it's insanity with these people. You got all the beepers going. There's people walking. You got cones. They got things. And guess what?
They still fucking.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand.
The one in Tewksbury,
when they're next to a forklift.
The one in Tewksbury, they closed the aisle down now.
Right. Now, even that though, I had that in Biddeford, and we actually had a problem. No one got hurt, but we couldn't believe it that we had the aisle. Now we have the aisle. The forklift is in closed. And then you have what you call the operational aisle. That's the aisle you're facing that the problem could happen on. You're in the overhead. You could bump something. It could fall off and land in the aisle down there. So the opposing aisle, you close it. And we used to rope it off, but we didn't have a spotter standing there. Now you got to have a spotter because people go, well, I'm just going to, are they lifted? I'm just going to go real fast. It's like, oh my God.
I helped a kid in fucking Home Depot. He's up on the cherry picker, right? And he says to the spotter flag or whatever the hell he is down below. He says it won't come down. And so the spotter says, all right, don't. So I walked over to the spotter, and the guy, he kind of looked at me, and he says, do we know each other? I says, well, not really. I says, I used to come in here all the time, see my dad. My dad used to work here, blah, blah, blah. He says, oh, yeah, I know. Anyways, I said to him, I says, hey, you don't need to go get anybody. And besides, you shouldn't be going to get anybody anyway. You should use a radio or something because you can't leave him up there by himself. But he's going to be down in a minute if you let me give you a hand. He says, what do you mean? I go, is he up all the way? And he said, no. I says, good. Tell him to raise it up. It says, when he raises it up and it doesn't go anymore, then tell him to bring it down. So he said, I says, just trust me. It might work. I says, it's happened to me countless times. Sure as fuck. He says to the kid, he says, are you all the way up? Can you go up? He goes, I don't know. He says, see if you can go up. Go all the way up and then and then hit the down. Kid went all the way up. Guess what? Hit the down, down he comes.
Yeah, I've seen him, but we've done
they stop. It's like a safety mechanism because what else? The older ones that was just a platform that didn't have the belt years ago that I could put a skid on and walk onto a skid without a belt. Oh my God, the old ones. And then they teeter, right? They go like this, right? Well, I used to, when I worked at Sweetheart Plastics, if you guys drank went to McDonald's at any point from the time of its invention until the late 90s. Sweetheart Plastics made all those plastic cups and supplied the forks, knives, all that bullshit, okay? Well, I used to work for that company. And I got up on one of those, and we used to cheat. So I'd be in that up position and go forward.
Oh yeah, that's
okay. And I would go forward. I seen this beautiful thing with blue hair, just like saying,
"Listen,
let me in, let me in." I'm like, isn't that what I'm supposed to be saying?
You're not even going to believe.
Isn't that what I'm supposed to be saying? But but and then I got caught. Right?
Yeah, big safety violation.
And so they fucking kid screamed at me. He's like, "Are you out of your fucking skull?" He goes, "Those things rock as it is, Mike. You could have tipped that thing over in a heartbeat." But
Mike,
anyways,
you guys are gonna. You're not gonna believe this. I worked for this small company. We had a real tiny warehouse. We resold or wholesale copiers, and it was like in one of those complexes, you know, the small complex with just a small warehouse behind each office building. We had a forklift, and we had a pallet that had a piece of plywood nailed down to it, and on that plywood was a 12-foot ladder bolted down. And we would raise each other up on that 12-foot ladder as high as we could take to change the fluorescent light bulbs in the warehouse. That's what we used to change the bulbs in the warehouse. Was a 12-foot ladder on a pallet. Oh God, yes.
Oh man, that's just. I've done crazy things at Home Depot on one of those order picks. I actually took a full roll. This guy's screaming and yelling. He's losing his mind. There's nobody else that can drive the machine. I'm a manager. I find, well, you know what? Everybody get over there. Stay the hell away from me. I roll that bad boy down to electrical, and we shoved a full roll of underwire ground feeder. A full roll right on the order picker. And I mean, she literally was like rocking all the way back. You're a little nervous, and I'm popping it. You know what I mean by popping it, Mike. Popping it down, popping it down. Just to make sure you get a counterbalance. Just pop, 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 pop. I got it to where I felt safe, and then I set that thing down, pulled out from under it, jammed a pallet jack underneath it, and ran to the front. Sure enough, there's another manager goes, I freaking saw that. I was like, hey, I'm not going to do the screaming thing. I can't.
I get in. I put there was no sign, so I said, fuck it, I'm doing it. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm on a forklift. I'm unloading a box truck. It's a 24-footer, so I'm like, I can get on a 24-footer. Well, I got to the nose of the truck, and the kid didn't chalk the wheels. Ooh. And all of a sudden, I started getting seasick, and I knew there was something wrong because I don't get seasick in a truck. And what was happening was that the truck was moving. And not only did it moved about 60 feet away from the fucking building. Wow. Okay. You know why it stopped? Because they had a large curbstone on the other side of the parking lot. And that's the only reason why it stopped. Had that curbstone up in there, I'd have went down to like a 30-foot incline. Decline rather. Sorry, incline is up.
Watch the guy.
I would have went down a 30-foot fucking.
That's
right.
Terrible.
And so I jump off the truck, and they're all fucking going, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Go give me the keys to the fucking truck and shut the fuck up, will you?" You know. So they run to the office, get the keys to the truck. I back the truck up. Boss is having a heart attack, and I'm like, "What's the matter?" He goes, "What are you doing?" I goes, "Backing the truck up at the dock." He goes, "Well, obviously," I says, "Obviously what?" I says, "Obviously he didn't chalk his wheels. Obviously he didn't set his fucking brake because none of that's, I didn't have to reset it when I get in." He goes, "Oh, all right." Well, and what are you yelling at me for? I go, how else are you going to get this fucking thing out of here?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've seen
I
them.
watched
I've
the
seen them
guy.
like this. You know, I've seen forklifts. You know, with
Oh,
they
yeah.
had their forks on the truck, and that weight that Johnny was talking about from the back of the forklift resting on the dock.
I watched the kid. This driver did not chalk out, and it was still, the tractor was still attached to a 52-foot dry box. All right. And they're hitting this thing with electric pallet jacks. I don't know if you've dealt with those before or not,
Oh, yeah.
but
we used to have races on them.
These are
stand up.
These are stand up. I'm on the platform,
yep,
tooling around, and these things are doing like no joke,
yeah.
15, 16 miles.
Oh, easy. Yep.
So, but these guys are hitting. They're hitting the dock, and they're coming back in. Grab the pallet. And of course, when they hit the pallet, that's what stops them, and then they lift it, and then these guys are good. They're driving right out, but they keep smacking, and little by little, all of a sudden something lets go, and there goes the truck. I watched the kid come tooling right in. That thing went right off, right in between the truck, right on down. He's freaking face planted right into the footboards there of the DOT bars.
Yep.
Oh my freaking God!
Yep.
Face was split open. The battery cracked on the pallet jack. There's just oh wow.
We had a guy at FedEx last year. So we when not the city trucks, but the trucks that I send down wherever, Newburgh, New Jersey, Albany, wherever we're sending them, right? So they're 25-foot pups. And if for those of you who don't understand, the ruling of trucking is high and tight. Yes. Okay, so we build decks, and they give us this everything to build decks and everything. Okay, this kid's under a deck with items on the deck, and the decks are only supposed to hold 2,000. They don't want you to put anything on there more than 17. Okay, 100. Well, apparently the deck had 2,600 on it. Guess what happened to the deck? While the kid was under it.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah. No longer with us.
Yeah.
Killed him instantly.
The only bad thing I ever happened on my watch was, and this actually made it all the way to Massachusetts too. Your dad probably remembers this. I just got Biddeford opened, and we were in the middle. It was the big ice storm that happened. Many years back. It would have been probably around early 2000s, the big ice storm that happened.
Yeah.
And I had a shot to not send the drivers out. We had just gotten the truck. This kid was new. He had a license. He had a CDL, but he hadn't gone through everything like he should. But I went ahead and I sent this kid out anyways. And son of a gun, if he didn't catwalk right around where the I forget what the bar is called. It's the hook. You throw the lines over on the side of the bed where it hooks on the flatbed. Your straps hook under it. You have the flatbed, and then you have a rail that's built off of it.
Oh yeah.
He was on his toes in an ice storm, walking around the outside edge of it, and he went down, and he hit his head on the way down on that same rail. And the bad part is he was sitting there we checked in, he missed about an hour and 45 minutes, and then he got checked on, and we couldn't find him, and all the rules weren't in play at the time. And that's when I finally got the call, and it was like, how long has he been off the radio? Now we got to send someone out there. That kid was sitting in that snow, laying there for just under 3 hours. He's alive, but hands were messed up, everything. He's one of the ones that came back to work like 2 years later and just works in the phone room now. But yeah, that's the only thing that ever happened on my watch. That was bad.
They had a guy at FedEx die last winter. He slipped on the ice and cracked his head on the fucking dolly. Not a two-cot dolly, a dolly that connects two trailers together. Okay. Cracked his head in the dolly.
Yeah.
Died. Frozen.
Yeah, those things. Yeah, those things.
And the dock boss. So they get alerts when so each truck has they have gate times to get the hell out, and it's all done on a computer. So they have to get to the gate, literally a gate. And once they go through the gate, the thing goes and everything's fine. Okay. The only reason that somebody knew that he was still there is because they called and asked about the gates and that he still had a gate open. And Corey's like, no, I mean, the guy was like, no, we don't have any gates open. And they're like, we're looking on his thing, on your thing. You have one guy that's still in your parking lot. He goes, no, that guy left about a good hour ago. You know, he has not left that parking lot. He never made his gate. He says, let me hang on a minute. Kid went out back, found him dead in the fucking parking lot.
Yeah, that's the stuff that's just the systems. I don't know. The systems do good, but the systems do bad as well.
Yeah.
You know this. For every one good thing that happens with those systems, 50 bad happen. Now you're glad when because when our alert went off that our driver hadn't checked in, but there's just no way for like Home Depot. There's no way to really have a time slot. The only time slot they actually have is like a code atom is insanity. I mean that's a roll for us. It was a rolling countdown. You know what I mean? And we got people posted at doors and all that. But when you got drivers out there, it's like, well, what's the deal? Mikey, you get somewhere and the guy's like, oh, Frankie just took off. And he's got a sign for you like, I don't have time to play games. But you also can't be a rude ass. So, the boss is going to tell you, you're not going anywhere. You get the signature from Frankie, unload the damn truck because you're not bringing it back.
You know what I do now, Johnny? The only time I ever do that, if it's over, if the order's over $1,000, then I make somebody sign it. If not, I pretend I'm UPS. Here you go. Boom.
So I couldn't have drivers do that because they got $1,000 window.
They got GPSs on me, right? They got the GPS inside the truck under the dash.
Yep.
And they're trying to figure out why you only had to stop 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And I go, is that a bad thing? He's like, no. We're trying to figure out how you do it. I said, what do you mean, how do I do what? I go, first of all, when I'm in the truck, I don't back the truck against the fucking dock. I leave it this much. I open up the door, take my shit, and I'm down on the ground, and I put the shit on the dock. I go, that saves money. That saves time than walking up the fucking dock steps, ringing the fucking doorbell, waiting for them to answer the fucking bell, going to the truck, opening the door, then walking around when you're done. I go, screw that. So and that's how I tell him. So he goes, okay, what do you do if there's nobody there? I go, I leave. Left on dock. Left inside door. Wherever I leave it, I write it down in the paperwork. I go, I never had a problem yet. So my boss says, well, what if you're delivering a heater, or what if you're delivering a dryer, or, I go, well, then those items are a lot of money. Then I make sure I get a signature. I says, I usually do it by $1,000. If it was over $1,000, and my boss is like, I like that. He goes, well, what about CODs? I go, some of the COD guys, I says, there's one in Portland on, what's 302, Front Street? No, what is that road?
302? Oh, Portland's not my big thing.
Anyway, I said, he's in a fork. He's in the center of a fork. So when you walk to his door, his desk is probably 30 feet away, and he sees you walking through the door. So usually he gets a lot of stuff. I says, I'll wheel in like two or three 5-gallon pails. He says, 2 or 3 5-gallon pails. I go, yeah. He goes, you don't do one at a time? I go, no, that's why I'm not at the stop long. Put
How
it down.
how does he think paint gets moved around?
And I hand him the paperwork. I go back out and get the rest. Boom. By the time I'm going to get the rest and all that, he's already made the check. I get the check. Dude, have a great weekend. You too. Boom. See ya. I'm gone. COD, I'm there for 4 minutes.
Yeah, see, my guys couldn't do that though. Because yeah, it's just insanity. With the stuff you might have, I ran them with Moffats, without Moffats. If you had a Moffat on yours, you knew you might have a full flatbed semi packed at 13, and that could be 2 stops. And when you get to those stops, you're supposed to be. When it's UPS, it's curbside. When it's Home Depot, it's but you guys, come on, right around the, but it's just around the back. Ah, great, there we go. Yeah, they're going to be hauling it around the side of the building, and oh yeah.
I got yelled at going to the Portland Home Depot. You know that sign that says no trucks?
On the backside edge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess what I did? The guy come out, hey, you're not supposed to park there. I'm a customer. You're not doing deliveries? I goes, no, the sign says no deliveries. He says trucks that way. I'm not doing a delivery. Hey, Bluey, what's up there, Katy Perry?
Honey.
What are you stitching?
I'm trying to stitch this comforter so that way my kids will quit harassing me to get in my bed and they'll just fall asleep next to it.
All right, that works.
I just used to let mine in.
There's nothing I hate. I always hated it.
You know why?
I used
because as soon as I got this in the face, of course, not on the shoulder or anything like that, I got a little hand this big on my face. Dad. And I'd be like, what's the matter? Daddy, I had a bad dream. I go, that's going to happen for the rest of your life. Daddy, I'm scared. I'm going to sleep with you. I go, you're on that side. But Dad, I says, get on that side. And she get on that side. And then I sleep like a fucking table. I don't really wake up unless one of the kids needs something. I could give 2 shits less where they sleep. It never bothered me because you know why?
Drove me nuts.
I was out before they were, and
drove me nuts because they're just tossing, they're turning, they're rolling. It's like having a puppy on your head.
Yep. But I never woke up for that.
No. It's like having a jackass in your bed because you end up with a foot or a hand or something near your butt crack, and I don't want a hand or a foot near my butt crack. So these little critters are going to be sleeping on the floor on a pallet.
It's just like no.
Well, it's not even a pallet. It's a makeshift bed is what I'm doing.
No. I don't like it. No.
And they're cute. I mean, I got to give it to them. They're really sweet and cute when they're like, Mama, can I sleep with you?
Oh, it's great. It sounds awesome. The results are horrific.
Right.
Yeah, your expectations versus reality are two totally different scenarios.
Oh, yeah. Because then oh, my God. Can I get a drink? Can I get a drink? And it's like, can you get a drink? You actually woke me up to ask me if you can get a drink.
Hey,
Can I go potty? It's like, oh my God, you don't have to wake me up to do this stuff.
Flying out your bed. Winging it says drop and hook runs are the best. You're right. And that's what the guys that run the line haul at FedEx do. They take two pups, they drive a couple 100 miles one way, they drop their 2 pups, they hook up 2 more pups, and they drive back.
Those are good runs.
The thing with that is that they get $50 every time they hook up a dolly. So they get $50 in North Reading, Mass for hooking up the dolly before they leave. Then they go and they get another $50 for that down on wherever they go, Albany, New York, wherever they go, New Jersey. They get another 50 for that one. Then they don't get paid by the hour. They get paid. The only time they get paid by the hours if if they work the dock before they go. Some guys will put in 2-3 hours on the dock. It all depends what their driving hours are because they can't fuck up their driving hours, their working hours rather. So, anyways, they get paid by the mile. And I think they're getting 90 cents a mile, 89 cents a mile, something like that. They're making silly putty money. And the guys that work the dock, the line haul guys that work in the dock, they're probably making over. They're. Well, I'll put it to you this way: a guy that just does the Hartford run, okay, which is obviously closer to Boston than any other fucking stop that they have. He was making $84,000 a year. This guy, and he decided because it's legal to smoke pot in Massachusetts. Now he's out of an $84,000 a year job.
Yeah, I always love that stuff. People can really be stupid. It's like, dumbass. Yeah, it's legal. Yes, it is. Absolutely. It's not legal for you to smoke pot and drive a vehicle.
No, flaunting her hair is blue. And so the other guys that have the lucrative stops and all that, and they work the dock, they're making over $100,000 a year. You know, to drive a truck, I'll take that all day, every day. You know,
you're making $100,000 driving a truck. There's a reason.
Yep. Oh, I meant to shout out Uncle Cow earlier tonight, and I forgot. Uncle Cow, I hope things are well. I hope you enjoy the chat. I'm going to say today, you know, make it sound funny when you're listening to it. So I hope you enjoy that. How big is this quilt you're doing? Because you ain't done yet.
It's a king size comforter that I had to sew in to make it a twin size comforter, and now I'm sewing it to make it a square.
I think Ohio got a what do you call it? As he calls it, I got company.
I was going to say I'm not even going to tell you what I would call it.
Tell my son I do surgery on his dolphin, and I can't remember where the dolphin had a boo-boo.
Uh-oh.
Found it. Okay.
Stuffed critter boo-boos.
Stuffed critter boo-boos.
Those are
be the doctor.
Those are very traumatic.
It is, especially when it's his favorite little dolphin.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Stuffed critter chaos. It's a terrible thing.
Which is what the comforter was used for. It was our blood transfusions for stuffed animals.
Oh yeah. I have we have Pink Baby here. Now, Pink Baby is the nightmare of all nightmares for a father. The child is 4 months old, and the wife wants to get him something, so she doesn't want to go too far from home, so she runs to CVS, where she finds a 4-foot tall Care Bear on special. It's closeout, and it's pink, so she brings it home. Well, as you know, the boy gets older, but then we find out he has autism, but he's latched onto this thing. So now he's 17 and has a 4-foot tall, half dead, with 95 stitches to this thing, and it's called Pink Baby. I'm like, you couldn't have given it a different name. I've tried to buy another one. Nope, got to have this one. He brings it down. It looks like it's half dead. Can you watch Pink Baby? I'm like, this conversation's got to end sometime here. It's just not a conversation you have with your 17-year-old son. Hey, Dad, you go to Minchwalk Pink Baby? I'm like, oh, this just really isn't the conversation. It took a long time to get him to leave it home. It'll get hurt. You got to leave it home because there's nothing like watching a kid carry that through. Imagine a 9-year-old boy carrying that in a Home Depot.
My nephew forgot his little alien thing, whatever the fuck he used to use. Well, he's staying at my house. Well, I was working in Woburn at the time, which meant I had to drive to my hometown where my brother lives. Nobody calls me and tells me anything. I get all the way home, and I get, you have to go get this for Mike. And I go, what? I go, I am not going. I just worked. I'm not driving all the way to Wilmington and back for a fucking stuffed animal. It's not just not going to happen. Next thing I know, my cell phone rings. And my brother's like, I have it with me. Well, you're out of your mind. He goes, you don't understand. He goes, you don't have that. You might as well just give up now because he's going to go out of his mind.
Oh yeah. Oh. It's just unconsolable nonsense. It's just there's not a scream. It's just that whole. Oh God! Now we're gonna do that for like 5 hours. But you get with autism, you get used to weird stuff because I mean, like watching a movie. You think watching a movie, how hard can that possibly be?
Right.
Well, the beginning of the movie, the 20th Century Fox opening, dun, da, 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 da. In his room right now is a DVD I made for him that has 100 copies of that on it in a row. Because he likes to pick movies that have that on it.
Right.
Because that's a good movie when it has that. We don't watch the movie, though. We just watch the da, 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 40 times in a row. And then we change movies. I went through that from like 5, 6, 7. Then I just stopped watching movies. Going, I've seen this one. I know it. It starts off with dun da da, and it ends with da 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 da. I know this movie very well. No matter what movie it was, he would go, "Oh, let's get that one." Oh yeah, let me guess.
Just put in Star Wars. Just put in Star Wars every time.
Well, he finally started watching movies when he was like 10. And now he's got a very special friend who's part of the gun community that loves to send him movies, and he doesn't just send him movies; he sends him like movie stores of movies. My son has actually gotten like 3 jumbo boxes of just movies, like 2,000 movies in a shipment from him. I'm like, oh my God,
damn!
This kid has more movies than. We can open a movie store. We have that many.
Well, it's 1:30 in the morning.
Yep.
I've got 2 12-year-olds in my living room right now. That's where I've been for the past 10 minutes, trying to set up the DVD player through our surround sound because they got the DVD player to work, but the surround sound wasn't working, so they had no sound. I didn't wire this up. Somebody else wired it up, so I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I finally got it working. So they're in there watching High School Musical. I'm like, really? This whole time, I've been setting it up. I mean, they're 12 years old. Shouldn't they be watching like Missing in Action or First Blood or something?
Or Twister and surround sounds the balls.
Oh, yeah. Something other than High School. Yeah, no, that's kind of weird.
Peter Fonda died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he died. He was 79.
All right, Mike, you want to see what an hour will get you?
$11.12.
Here you go. I finally got this damn thing to work.
What a chair. Get a chair so I can accept it.
I did. All I've got left to do, I got to fix Gunwild 1 so it will actually float in the waves. But ta-da!
It looks nice.
Well, Gunwild 1, I got to get that a little better because it's not acting like Agent K. I got to get this line taken care of right now. 1 hour. Ta-da!
That's awesome.
I think I just subscribed to Gunwild 1.
I gotta fix. See how his name is straight across, but Agent Chaos is moving with the waves each letter. I got to get Gunwild's fixed. I got a little bit more to go. and then I'll get that channel fixed.
Oh,
This is what's gonna be there, and then we're gonna have the jets flying over the top.
That'll look cool.
Yeah, it'll be all right. All this for 4 seconds of film.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
You're talking about pink bears.
Oh my God, that's a nightmare for me right there. Oh my
This is
God.
what I'm going to deal with.
Oh, mine's 4 foot tall. Mine's 4 foot tall. I'm 55 years old, and I gotta fix that damn thing all the time. It's got the rainbow on the chest and all that. Trying to put that back together. Oh my God, it's a nightmare.
All right, so listen, it's 1:30. Actually, technically it's 1:32. We're gonna get out of here, and we'll see everybody not tomorrow night because Stevie's not doing a chat tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's got stuff.
I bet you Ohio is.
Right, that chat hole.
No, I gotta work.
So we'll see us on Friday, I hope. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And
you should do just another chat, Mike.
I'm home alone with no kids.
That's the perfect time to do a chat.
Oh, I forgot the wife's here.
Oh.
But anyway, I'll we'll talk to everybody later. Hopefully we'll all see you next Friday night. Thanks a million for guys for stopping in tonight, and two guys that run the panel. Thank you very much, much appreciated. And we'll see you all next week. Take care.
See ya.
Bye, guys.